Ew. What's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is the Nerdy.
The Wordy.
The Book Club. That's right. Welcome in, folks. Happy Halloween.
Halloween Book Club. Let's go. You happy I found that for you?
Yes.
Wait, can I show them something?
Magnets.
Magnets. They're
What's
brilliant.
up, everybody?
Oh, I was like...
How we doing?
It's a good look. It's a good look for you, babe. You pull it off.
Welcome in to the Nerdy.
The Wordy.
The Book Club. Today we're covering Wind and Truth, Interlude 3 to Interlude 6. You might think that it's all interludes, but actually there's a bunch of chapters in between. I can't tell how this is going to sound on camera with the echo inside the helmet.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but it's not great.
Chris Pilkington says, I think Nerdy needs a cushion in the helmet to get the eyes lined up right. The sad thing is I did put a little towel in there. So
yeah. This thing is huge. I bought it for
really
me
big
to wear for a cosplay, and it doesn't fit me at all.
Yeah, we have to put different levels of padding in depending on who's wearing it. But
yeah, it's great.
No one has called what this helmet is yet in chat, so I'm disappointed in you all.
I'm sure they recognize it. They're just like, we're nerdy enough that we know. Everyone just knows.
Yeah. All rise for dark helmet.
That would have been a good one. That would be a good cosplay. Honestly, we should do that. I should do Darth Helmet. And you should do a space ball.
These Avery wins. He got it. Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt.
Yeah.
Aridin?
Yeah.
How do you say his fucking name?
Yeah.
I think it's Aridin.
Yeah. You got it.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Happy book club. Guys, we're going to have trick-or-treaters for the first time ever.
No, we had some when we lived in Mississauga.
Did we? I thought nobody ever showed up.
No, we did. I gave candy out in Mississauga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so I hope that we have enough candy. I have no idea how these things go. Blue sees nothing different, so.
That's unsurprising. Blue is not a very aware person. Okay, I'm gonna take that off because honestly, the echo inside the helmet is insane.
Oh, it's nuts. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's rough.
Also
the condensation.
That's gross.
Yeah, that's what comes out of your mouth when you talk.
I know, I'm disgusting.
That's why people wear masks when they're sick. Or at least good people do.
Masks don't work. It's a sham.
That literally is proof. You're like, oh, look at how wet it is inside.
It's the gooberment. All right. Good morning, everybody.
You're gonna keep the rest of the helmet on?
I think so.
Why not?
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
All
right. Yeah. Hi.
It's out of frame, which is hilarious to me.
This is gonna be an interesting book club, I think,
because
we're talking about Wind and Truth. Oh, before we get into it, sponsor. Tomorrow is the 1 week out from Heroes Without Borders 2. This show that is definitely 100% not ready yet, but I'm working on it. We are giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 a week from today. You just have to go over to the link. I think it's in the description. Should be in the description of this video. Where you can go. We've already raised over $1,000.
Yeah, there's a bowl back there with names in it.
Yeah.
We spent Wednesday's stream writing down all the people who go in the raffle. We're going to be streaming again this Wednesday, a little hangout stream over on Nerdy Nightly, so come hang out, chat. Yeah, if you want a chance to win the Switch, you can donate. Every $5 is an entry. You have to live in North America, and you have to be there when we draw the name at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on November 8th. Well done. Crushed it.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's our sponsor for today.
But then we're going to be doing Heroes Without Borders, a long charity event with dates. We don't know what the dates are yet. So the first 3 dates are set. So we're going to do November 8th, November 12th, and November 15th or 16th. It's Wednesday. It's Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday.
Yeah.
It's going to be very fun.
Yeah.
First cast has been announced on the Roleplay Relay. We have... I was about to say the finale cast, and that's not who we have.
No.
We have Jeremy Cobb.
Yeah.
We have, that's from Three Black Halflings. We have Rowan Hall, who's one of the creators of Daggerheart.
Yeah.
We have TTRPG, TikTok sensation Diana Rose. And we have...
Quincy's Tavern!
Quincy's Tavern, our good friend.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure you come to that event. It's going to be a good time. But it's time to talk about Wind and Truth. I'm excited to talk about this week because I do think this week is really good.
Yeah.
I thought day 3 was pretty solid, and it felt like, other than one chapter with Adolin and Maya that we will get to when we get to it because I hate it, I actually thought the reading this week was more in line with like what I expect from Stormlight.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes, unfortunately, book series are about building audience expectations and then satisfying them.
Okay.
And when you when you spend 4 very, very, very long novels building expectations, not satisfying those audience expectations can be tough, and it can be really hard to get your audience on board with something that feels like it isn't what they were promised. Right?
Yeah.
It's why cinema score is such an interesting movie metric, because cinema score is not really based on how good the audience thinks a movie actually is.
No, it's for jokes.
What?
Cinema score. It's for jokes. What? Sorry, I was thinking cinema sins. Yeah.
I was like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
No, I was like, yeah, cinema sins. It's for
No,
jokes.
cinema score is a grade that movies get after the opening weekend.
Sure.
And it's like an A, B, C, D, E, F. I don't think there's an E. But cinema score is about...
E is for everyone.
What... Cinema score is a metric that does not really measure how good a movie is.
Yeah.
It measures what an audience expected to get from a film from the marketing and how successful the movie was at delivering that. There are really brilliant movies that have really low cinema scores because they either had marketing that was misleading, and so the wrong audience went into opening weekend and doesn't like the film because they're like, oh, this isn't what the trailer said.
Yeah.
And so it's just a part of art that cinema score, or that expectation is the like backbone of how art is successful, and also the bane of artists who want to do something different.
Yeah, of course.
Right. And so YouTube channels have this problem of certain YouTube channels want to do any fucking thing else because they've done the same video every week for 10 years. And
YouTube is like, no.
Well, but also these fans sometimes are like, hey, I come here for a specific thing.
Yeah.
If I want a different thing, I go somewhere else.
Ginny D is like, I can never change my hair color.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like...
It's expectations.
Yeah.
In a book series, though, the difference between a debut novel and the 5th book in the Stormlight Archive is that a lot of the expectations at this point in a series like this have been built by the books themselves. Yeah. Right? You have done the legwork of building the expectation through your work and not through marketing. There's very little marketing for Stormlight books at this point, right? It's really just Brandon Sanderson going ding in a bunch of videos where he says what percentage the next book is done. And so the expectation,
and that's
especially...
all he needs, I guess.
Yeah, and like our expectations for Ghostbloods 3 are going to be very different than Stormlight 5. Because it's Stormlight 5, and Ghostbloods 3 will actually be book 1 of a new series. I was confused way of phrasing that. But this day felt more like the promise of what the first 4 books were leading to than days 1 and 2 did. Yeah. And in that, I felt more like I was like in the world of Stormlight that I wanted to be in when approaching this novel. Yeah. That was a long explanation to get there, but that's what I feel.
I totally understand. I felt way more comfortable in this section almost. Like, like I was like, oh, we're back kind of in a way. And not that like again, we've kind of said that other days were not like bad. There were things in them that were good, that were great, but like this felt like it was this just made more sense. It felt more comfortable in it.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that.
Judah, thank you for that super chat. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween can't stay because Euro, but have fun. Isn't it like 7 o'clock there? Why are you working?
Well, it's probably around 5.
That's fair.
And also, depending on where you are.
That's such a dumb thing for me to say. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm like, it's after work for normal people. But like, I don't know what jobs y'all have. A lot of y'all probably don't work.
I just assumed that they meant that they are dealing with trick-or-treaters. But I don't know.
3 p.m. in the UK?
I thought it was 6-hour difference.
It's a 4... Did we miss daylight savings again?
No. That's in...
That might have been last weekend.
No.
Chat, did we miss daylight savings again?
No. Daylight savings is not in October.
Yes,
Wait.
yes, you did.
No wonder I feel so fucking exhausted.
It's
oh my
this
god.
Weekend? Oh, no, it's this weekend.
No, wait, we would have fallen back, which means I would... No, wait.
It's not here yet. Wait, what?
We would have gotten an hour of sleep.
Book club is an hour early for... Oh, it's an hour early for people in the EU, but our daylight savings is this weekend?
UK daylight savings was last weekend.
That's a fucking nightmare. Why do we do this?
I hate it.
What is wrong with you guys? Honestly, I know that we have fallen into dystopia, but humanity might deserve it.
We did this to ourselves.
That's a joke. You know what? We should have said this at the top of the thing. Hey, tomorrow might be really hard for a bunch of people in the United States. We're not there, and I don't know how to help you. I'm so sorry, but please take care of yourself, find your community, and be safe.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's going on down there, man, and I just want y'all to be happy and fed. Yeah. So Jimmy's tomorrow, apparently a bunch of people, SNAP isn't going to go through tomorrow, and so a bunch of people are going to lose access to food. A bunch of people who are already very food unsafe and who live in places where access to food is limited, particularly healthy food. And so I just, my heart goes out to everyone who is in the States and struggling with the government down there just being so inept. I just genuinely, my heart is with you. I hope that your community is able to provide for you, and I'm just sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those things where like it's a problem that is so big only the government can solve it. Mm-hmm. And I hope you know that you're loved and you're appreciated, and if there is anything
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it feels weird being so close and yet so far from it. Like
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's weird over here, guys.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those things where like so much of our news is American, but so many of like Canada's problems aren't quite the same. And it's really fascinating to like be inundated with the American problems in Canada, but we have Canada problems that are different. Like we have our own kind of financial issues in the country right now.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a wild experience. But anyway, if you are food unsafe at the moment, I just my heart goes out to you, and I really do hope that things pull together for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we get into the book?
Let's do it. We're not going to wait an hour to get into chapters this time.
No, I want to know what you thought of the reading this week.
Oh, no.
I'm kidding. We already kind of talked about this. Interlude 3.
Oh, yeah. We did interludes on either end this time.
Yeah, because day 2 was so long.
Fair.
Yeah.
It was.
Interlude 3, we not meet, because we've already met. But Interlude 3 is L. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two.
We said we would not wait an hour to get it.
Love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. All right, so Elle goes into the vault in Kolinar.
Actually for Odie.
And he takes a dagger and he murders Jezreel.
Yeah, straight up.
Generously murders Jezreel.
Yeah, in a nice way.
Yeah.
Kind murder.
You know what? I get this. I was really on board with Elle doing this. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I was like, what the fuck are they gonna do with Jezreel and what's going on? But it actually gave us context for like being like, especially because he's like, oh, you were barely even there anymore.
Well, and I loved his sentiment of this is worse than death. Like you being locked in this gemstone. And
yeah, I'd hate it.
From Brandon's perspective as a writer, I said last week I don't really care about a lot of the villains in this book.
Yeah.
Like I just don't give a shit. And so framing L as doing this to be like, what is it called? It's not sympathetic suicide. It's assisted, like assisted suicide. But there's a term for it.
Oh, okay.
That he is doing this because he was friends with the Heralds.
Yeah.
Is a way of reframing L and making him immediately interesting. Because what is the downstream effect of that, right?
Yeah.
What is the...
And when were the Heralds friends with singers?
Well,
because it seems like the Heralds' whole point was that they were fighting them in this war.
Right, but they that war had to start at some point.
Yeah.
Right? And so it does imply that the Heralds were born into a world without that conflict having begun. Because I was always of the impression that the Heralds were like 100 years into the war, that like third generation of this war became the Heralds and finally put a stop to it. That they had been at war for 100 years.
Yeah.
But this kind of implies that the Heralds were pretty early on in the conflict between Honor and Odium.
Yeah.
And what does that mean, right?
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that's stupid. I take that back.
All right.
So, no. I take back what I just said. I'm wrong. The Heralds obviously pre-existed the war because the Herald Blades pre-exist the planet.
Oh, wait, what?
So
I don't remember that.
Sorry, the Herald Blades existed before the humans came to Roshar.
Oh.
So, I don't know if the Heralds were immortal then. The Herald Blades might have been passed down.
I don't remember. How do you know that they're...
Because the Radiants were made in the... Sorry, the Honor Blades, yeah. The Honor Blades pre-exist the bond between Spren and humans. And I'm fairly certain the Honor Blades came with them across space to Roshar. So the Honor Blades pre-existed before before humans and the Singers went to war. The Honor Blades predate that. Now, I don't know if they were called Heralds, but the Honor Blades are from Ashen? Is that the planet they're from? I always forget the name of that planet.
Well, but how do you know that they're from that planet? Because the humans didn't immediately get to Roshar and bond Spren, right? Yeah, I think that, yes, they might, I don't know if they're from the previous planet.
Then how were they surge binding before?
Well,
if they didn't have the Spren bonds,
okay,
and they didn't have, and honor didn't exist to them,
right? How are they using magic powers on a different planet when we know that planets are connected to specific shards and therefore specific magic powers?
Victor Desana says the Radiants came about after Nohadon, his book formalized our ideals. Yeah, but that was...
Yeah. Radiants are later.
Honor Blades pre-exist that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll probably find out in this book. I'm speculating on something that we're going to be told. We're literally going to watch the Dalinar flashbacks of this.
Yeah, I guess. But no, it is...
That's what this book is going to be about.
No, you raised a question that I hadn't thought about, is if surges ruined the previous planet, how are they using surges when the shards that allow for that are here?
Well, and what was the power source?
Unless they brought them with.
I'm assuming the power source was Voidlight. Right? Because it can't be Stormlight, because the Stormfather is
Did the humans
Roshar.
bring Odium with them?
Yeah.
Okay. So the surges then must come from Odium, from the Odium shard.
No, the surges are natural. The surges are natural forces.
No,
right?
all the magic is connected to the shard of the planet, right?
Sure, but the surges aren't connected to Odium. The surges are neutral. How you tap into them is through one of the gods. Because you can tap into the surges through odium, or you can tap into the surges through honor.
What?
Where you can use the surges through either of the two gods, right?
What do you mean?
Like the fused are tapping into the surges through odium, and the radiants are tapping into the surges through honor's power. So the surges themselves are neutral powers that you have to tap into through a god. I'm assuming cultivation can also, like, Lifelight is also a force through which you can tap into the surges. So actually there's 3 different gods whose powers can get you to, there's 3 different batteries that you can turn the surges on with, but the surges exist regardless of the gods, is what I'm saying.
I don't actually know if they would exist without the gods, though, because I think you actually need the investiture of the gods on the planet.
Gravity exists, regardless of the gods.
Yeah.
Right?
But you can't control, like, the ability to control it.
The ability to control it comes from the gods.
Yeah. But
the natural forces that you are exhibiting power over exist naturally. They're just the laws. Like, the laws of physics exist whether or not a god exists, but human beings cannot affect the laws of physics without a god giving them the power to do so.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Anyway, what's important about this in the interlude, this is why our show's 3 fucking hours. And boss, it's just Halloween. I don't know.
Halloween.
The point is, El killing Jezrien in the way that he does is so sick in terms of building up this character into someone that I give any shits about.
Yeah.
He's not just scary, he has a real point of view that I honestly might find more interesting than a lot of our characters. And I'm like, well, let's just spend time with this guy. This guy's story is way cooler than a lot of stuff going on in this book.
And he, like, doesn't have rhythms.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought that because he knew the heralds before, I thought it might be possible that he was a human at one point. What?
Okay. Wow, okay, we're going crazy, okay.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, he doesn't, like, he doesn't have...
Can I be very honest with you?
Sure.
That would be incredibly boring to me.
All right.
I think the value of the heralds having been friends with singers at one point is so narratively interesting that if it's just that he was a human that got turned into a singer as a punishment, I find that less
not like a
narratively
punishment.
Interesting than what is the implication of the heralds had singer friends that they went to war with.
Yeah, I just meant, like, it might be interesting if Elle was one of the people that was like, guys were actually the invaders and, like, didn't want to fight for the humans. But why
would he turn into a singer?
I don't know. It's
I don't know.
Magic.
I think the narrative value of Elle being a former friend of them, but a singer who believes that the singers should lead and who has those ideals, but still carries love for his friends after all this time. I find that to be the more interesting choice.
Oh yeah, for sure. I just was like, he doesn't have rhythms, and I thought, like, it was possible.
I mean, it's fucking the Cosmere. We already know that you can change your race with a stamp, so.
He's just been stamped.
I just mean that that power exists in this universe.
Yeah.
Right? So then Odium shows up and is like, hey, bud, the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm doing what I want. I'm Elle. And he's like, great. And then Elle is like, oh, hey, you're Taravangian.
New Odium. He's like, oh.
Elle clocks him so fast.
I know.
I was like, God damn, everyone else is a fucking idiot, apparently. Elle's just like, oh, hey, what's up, bud?
Yeah, right? It's like, all right. He knows Odium very well.
And Elle is like, I'll work for you. Yeah, okay. So Elle joins Team Odium and is going to lead the forces in the Shattered Plains. Odium names him ruler with no title because Elle is against titles for some reason. And
so he gets a title.
Elle is just like, hell yeah, the 9 are going to be so pissed that I'm their boss.
Yeah, they definitely both have feelings towards the 9. Which are clearly very, very relevant to the story. And
that's where we leave off. Elle's gonna go off and do some stuff.
Me.
And so, also we find out that Digonarthus is how we're gonna get to the Shattered Plains. I have no idea who Digonarthus is.
Oh yeah, right. There's an unmade, I think, that's like really scary. That's like real dangerous.
Exacts a price.
Yeah.
Odin's like, I'm gonna pay the price later. I don't have cash on me right now. I forgot to bring
credit.
a tip. Diagonarthus is what Harry Potter said when he accidentally went to Nocturnally and Diagonarthus.
That's very funny. Oh my god.
Interlude 4, the wrong lesson. Odium is walking around. Cultivation shows up and is like, "Hey man, I'm worried you're learning the wrong lesson." And Odium is like, "Great, good for you, bud." And that's it. That's the chapter.
Yeah, we basically get to see other shards, kind of.
Yeah. Odium is like checking out the Cosmere, and people are just kind of ignoring Roshar because they're like, "Oh, those three, they're gonna fight forever. We do not have to worry about this."
Yeah, but we do know that 2 shards are hidden.
Yeah, Valor is missing.
Yeah.
And so I think it's Domination. Is that the one that Odium killed that caused the Shade Planet? It was Domination, right? Or what was the fucking... God, there's so many fucking shards.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd love to have a list of that, but I feel like that is a spoiler. Because we just haven't learned what they all are yet. Valor is such an interesting one.
Ambition, that's what it was. Thank you. So, yeah, Valor and Honor being different shards.
Well, like, what is Valor? Like genuinely, like...
Because Valor is...
It's like fucking status. It's like street cred. Like, I don't know, like...
Yeah, Valor to me
it's such a weird one.
Valor is a weird one because Valor is sort of... In the way that I view Valor is like your willingness to do something. It's kind of just will.
Maybe,
you know what I mean? Like
maybe I don't know what the actual definition of valor is, but whenever I read valor in stories, it always sounded like people were talking about like valor felt like it was being recognized for your deeds.
No. Like you can have valor placed upon you in that way, but valor is actually like the way your willingness to show up. And
okay.
People are saying like James Ross is saying like great courage in the face of danger, especially in battle. I don't think it's necessarily just courage though.
Is it? Yeah.
Right.
Why would it have the same name or a different name?
To me, like valor is more than just courage. It is actually like the will to show up. Because courage, to me, is you can be courageous and not care. And that's the difference between courage and valor to me. Like, courage is not being scared. Valor to me is not is showing up regardless of is being courageous, but also having the will to do the thing. Rob posted the actual definition from dictionary.com. That's fine. I like the definition being great courage in the face of danger is I understand that as a definition of the word. But to me, how is that difference, a shard? The way that I view valor as being different from courage, because you can have a lot of courage and not have the will to do anything, right? Valor to me is that next level beyond just courage, which is to have the courage to do something and to do it. And that's how I view the difference between those words. Valor is sort of beyond courage. Courage is just not being scared, right? It's just having like strength of will, which is I'm using will in two different ways here, which is confusing. But that's how I would define the difference. And so I guess like having the willingness to show up is a shard. That makes sense. But
yeah, all right.
Dreamshake says,
I wonder why it's hidden.
I've always heard that valor is more connected to the exterior action and courage is more the internal feelings. That's what I'm trying to get at. I think that's a great way of phrasing it. Is that like courage is how you feel about something. Valor is the willingness to do something with it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because you can be courageous and walk away. You can be like, I'm not scared of you. I just don't give a shit. That's not having valor. That's having courage.
I don't think being courageous is just not being scared.
Courage is a feeling, though. I don't think valor is a feeling. Valor is tied to action in a way that courage...
But when people say have courage, they're not like have happy.
No, they are. They're saying don't be like, don't... When you say have courage, they're not saying do something. They're saying like have that, like hold that feeling in your heart that you're okay. Don't let this beat you down. Valor to me is involved, is more involved than courage is. In my opinion. Like, if someone is valorous, it tells me that they are in action. But if someone is courageous, it tells me that they are in feelings. And that's how I would differentiate the two things. And other people might feel differently about the word. Like, I'm not saying that I'm right. That's just how I feel about it. Valor implies a willingness to sacrifice yourself if needed. Yeah, but again, that's active. That's like a choice. You have to be willing to make choices to be valorous, but you don't have to make any choices to be courageous. You can be inactive and be courageous. I just don't think you can be inactive and be valorous.
Courage.
Courage.
I
need to find a reason to crack this open. Maybe I'll crack this open for the opening night of Heroes Without Borders.
Aw, that's fun.
Yeah.
I was like looking at that word and I was like, am I? No, that word is actually there in front of me.
No, it is the whiskey
that's very funny.
From Campaign 1.
Yeah, okay.
Courage turns into valor when you act on it. Yeah, okay. I agree with that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Odium is still like, maybe I don't want to do this war, but I am going to do this war. I guess I'll do this war. I'm glad that he's decided a fifth of the way into the book to
He's decided to let Taravangian rule sometimes and let Odium rule sometimes. We're getting 50-50 custody.
I don't know how I feel about the divided god thing, because we literally are doing that with Sazed and Ghostbloods. It does feel like Stormlight kind of gets...
Well, and Sazed is 2 shards, but Odium's only 1, so it's kind of like, okay, so how is it different?
Sometimes I just feel like Stormlight is the second draft of ideas Brandon Sanderson put into other Cosmere books, but he published the Cosmere books. It sometimes feels like he's an author like who's like tried out an idea in a draft that never went public and put the second draft into Stormlight. The only difference is he actually put out the first thing, and so it does feel like he's copying himself.
Yeah.
Like Taravangian becoming the god, Taravangian being like, oh, I'm so divine, the god divided. And we talked about this in Way of Kings when I was like, oh, the introductions of a lot of these characters, particularly Shallan, mirror the way he introduced all the characters in Elantris.
Oh, interesting, yeah.
And so there's just this really like interesting element of, it does feel like Brandon Sanderson sometimes is iterating on his own ideas, but we got to read the drafts that other authors would have never published. And it's a fascinating, like, getting to watch an author try to improve on their own style so publicly is a really fascinating thing. I think it's why this book club does well, is because you can kind of, you can do this with Sanderson in a way you can't do with other authors, because those drafts just never got published, and they only have 5 or 6 books published, right?
Yeah, how many books does Sanderson have published at this point?
I mean, we've read.
It's.
I think this is our 19th Sanderson book we've covered.
Are you including Wheel of Time?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think with Wheel of Time, this is our 19th book, or something like that.
Wild. Ernest Hill, thank you for that super chat. He did that with Way of Kings Prime. There's a lot of stuff in that book that carried over to the Stormlight Archive. What is Way of Kings Prime?
What the fuck is Way of Kings Prime? I'm Way of Kings Prime. Autobots, roll out.
I have no idea what that is. Was that
Sam Witwicky?
His like first draft of The Way of Kings?
He published his own manuscript? Wait, can we book club The Way of Kings Prime?
I'd be down.
It was unpublished. Oh, okay.
Oh.
I would read it. If it exists, I would read it. Prime is the original draft of the book before he ended up rewriting the entire thing to what it became. That's fascinating.
Damn. Okay.
I wonder if we could get our hands on that.
I know. I just would love.
He released it in a Kickstarter. Oh, we could.
Okay. All right, chat. Is it worth reading?
That would be a fun book club.
Is that worth reading? Because that might be fun. Great. Okay. Okay,
interesting. We might do a book club on that at some point.
Book.
I have a hard copy of it, and I think it's free on his website digital. Ooh, that might be fun.
They even have an audiobook on YouTube.
It's okay, not as good. Oh, I'm sure it's not as good.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would hope that it's not, which
I know
is a weird thing to say, but
wow, he really fucked up by not publishing this.
No, that's what drafts are for, right? That's why you work on and build on ideas.
Yeah. G Win says, I want to say Sanderson had 12 other books drafted written before his first book was published. Yeah,
that checks out.
No, I think it was 6, right? I think he said that Elantris was his 7th novel.
7. Oh, okay.
That he wrote. I'm never going to go through that because I'm just going to publish everything myself. Just going to start writing books and publishing them on fucking Audible.
Yeah, you owe the chat a smut book. Smut. For Christmas.
I am finally making progress on it.
You can write it while we're visiting your family for Christmas.
No, I'm going to kind of NaNoWriMo it, I think. My plan is to write, I want to write 1,000 words a day in November.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot of words.
Yeah. I want to write
tomorrow.
I want to write 1,000 words a day in November.
Do we have a NaNoWriMo channel?
It's not NaNoWriMo anymore because they embraced AI. I think the official one is called Readsy now.
That's so sad.
I think Readsy is doing a NaNoWriMo thing.
Okay.
But anyway, I want to write 1,000 words in November because I do want to get this smut thing out for you all. The reality of it isn't even that I've been ignoring it. And I'm sorry if it feels like I've been ignoring it.
No, it's that we've literally been fucking swamped.
No, that's not it.
What?
It's that I have been sitting down to write sometimes and really struggling mentally with the idea that it's going to be public. And
fair.
I honestly, I've been trying to write this fucking smut story for 10 months. And I have the outline and I've got some stuff written and I don't hate what I've written, but at the same time, because of book club, because I'm such a strongly opinionated person on the internet, I've been running into a mental wall with it of being worried that people are going to be particularly judgmental of the first thing I've ever written. And that's been what has gotten in the way for this year. And I owe it for charity. I'm going to have it done by the end of I'm going to have a draft public by the end of the year. But it has been very there's a vulnerability to it to writing that is, I think, the hardest thing to get over. And just tough. It's a tough exercise, particularly because I'm so public in my opinions of other authors that I just have this brain worm that not like RFK Jr., like a fictional one that just niggles at me when I'm trying to write. It's interesting.
Yeah, that is fair. It's hard to put yourself out there, especially because
I've never written smut before, so I'm oh god.
Yeah, I mean, we've been performers, but we've done that our whole lives. You can put yourself out. You can put yourself out there in other forms. Because you have the experience and the knowledge and
I'm trained in that. I'm not a trained writer.
Yeah, exactly.
I've written some musicals, but some small stuff. But I've never written.
It's really hard to try something new and let other people see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going with the chapters.
I just want to say welcome back to the Nerds Radiant. Sorry you missed 40 minutes, but you're here now, and that's what matters.
You can double speed to catch up. You'll be here in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which means you'll be here 20 minutes from now, so it's actually 30 minutes. It'll take you 30 minutes to catch up. Math. Chapter 34, For the Good of All Roshar. Adolin shows up in Azamir. And he's like, hey, what's up, everybody? And he's with Kolot, who is kind of the story character for everyone else fighting. Kolot's kind of the one, like, non-leader POV we get, so that we do have a soldier we can kind of keep up with as this goes on.
Yeah.
And we get the breakdown of what the Oathgate platform looks like and what Adolin believes the strategy should be. And Maya can now just fully talk to him.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they just talk in each other's brains, which Adolin's like, even some of the Radiants don't have that.
We also, we called Maya an honor friend in one of the reactions. I got your comments. I know she's not an honors friend. It was because they were talking about going to lasting integrity, and I got my wires crossed on that.
Oh.
I know she's a cultivation spread.
Yeah.
I just fucked up that. Which means that Adolin would become an edge dancer, which feels weird to me.
If they, yeah.
It feels like the wrong order for him. But that's where this is headed,
He's
I think.
a slippery boy.
God, Shallan's going to be so stoked.
Because he's a slut.
To not need lube anymore. They're going to do so much more anal.
Yeah, I guess. That's a prevalent use for no friction.
Yeah.
Good for them.
This is going to be such a random thing, but as a guy with IBS, if I could make the inside of my like butt more slippery when I'm like a little constipated to just have it like come out easier.
Well, isn't it a muscle contraction? It's not like a lubrication issue.
I'm saying if it's all lubed up and ready to go, just fucking slide that shit out.
Maybe that would work. But the problem is it's not like straight down, so you're not really working with gravity, right? There's like a whole bunch of...
I know, but if there's no friction, it'll just fucking squeeze out easier. Your muscles will contract and it'll just go...
Probably.
Have you ever squeezed your hand around like a hot dog? It just... Floop.
Yes, but that goes one direction, whereas your intestines go many directions.
I'm just saying. Edge dancers are great poopers.
Probably.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, yeah, to like just be regular.
Oh my god, as
like,
a
all right,
fucking
time to poop.
gay guy, the ability to like just
clear it out.
Clear it out.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Being an edge dancer really is the peak of the gay community.
It's for the
because you can
queers.
just make that shit slippery. You're ready to go.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, good for them.
Oh my god, it's like Omegaverse
Adolin
fiction.
is a little queer, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know if you guys know Omegaverse. I know you don't know Omegaverse. But in Omegaverse, I think it's the betas or the omegas. I can't remember which ones. The ones that can get impregnated by the alphas and the sigmas, their butts are naturally lubricated. It's part of the Omegaverse.
great. Love that.
Claris, will you explain the Omegaverse to the chat?
Is it like the MCU?
Yeah, kind of.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you have omegas and sigmas and alphas.
Yeah.
And they fuck.
The boy do they.
Sure, that is the only context I got from this conversation.
Omegaverse is basically like fan fiction that's now becoming mainstream. There is like mainstream published Omegaverse books in Barnes and Noble sometimes that I see, and I'm like, how did Omegaverse make it off the internet?
I have no idea.
How did Omegaverse make it off the internet and into a Barnes and Noble? Anyway, it's really insane.
All right, everything I learned about Omegaverse is against my will. I don't know.
There's usually not sigmas. Usually not. That's true. It's usually just alphas. Omegas are the ones that can get pregnant. So it's basically like mpreg fan fiction, but there's a lot of like nodding and like pheromones and like
so it's like werewolves?
Humans. Yeah, but they're just kind of like anyone, and they can go into heat, and alphas have like power over omegas magically.
That seems problematic.
It really is the fault of the supernatural fandom wanting the brothers to be able to impregnate each other. That's like not a joke. That is the sad thing about what I just said is that is the most serious statement I can give you, is that fans of Supernatural wanted Dean and his brother to be able to impregnate one another. in their fan fiction. And now we have Omegaverse.
Great. Humanity's fucked.
I wish I was joking.
Okay.
I wish that wasn't a serious statement, but that is 100% why we are here.
Yeah, please, let's get back to Stormlight. Yeah,
Chapter 35,
yeah.
Memories.
Wow.
Like wine. No, actually, we're not quite done with 34 yet. We meet Cushcam.
Yes.
And Cushcam is going to be the local general here in Izamir.
Yeah.
And he is kind of an asshole at first, and he kind of is, he comes across initially like a poorly written character.
Yeah, until you learn that he actually is like, if you're here and we win, then we're kind of indebted to you, and I don't want that.
That one line does so much work in this chapter to... or maybe that one might be in the next Adolin chapter, but there is an element of Cushcam at first that I was like, oh my god, is Brandon Sanderson really just gonna do the like, I'm from Azamir and you're all from Alethkar, so I'm just gonna be a dick in every scene with you, even though it doesn't really accomplish anything.
Yeah.
And
it's like, well, he has to have some kind of antagonist.
That one line does such a good job of shifting the narrative away from Cushcam just being an eye roll.
Yeah.
And it's really successful, honestly. You set him up as an asshole, and then you undercut that by being like, he's not really, it's just this perspective.
Yeah.
And that perspective is totally valid. And I actually ended up really loving the relationship between Adolin and Cushcam, and the way that it develops across day 3 is so well done. I think that it's one of my favorite things about this book so far.
Yeah, Adolin won him over in 24 hours. Well, actually, sorry, how many hours are in a day on Roshar?
I think it's 20.
Sure.
I think the days are shorter, but the weeks are longer, right?
Right.
And so, no, I thought that starting here and the way that Brandon Sanderson handled this relationship across day 3 was really successful. Mm-hmm. And gets to the point where they're all gonna like fucking have a slumber party together, and because Yanagon shows up in this chapter 34, and Adolin makes some recommendations about Cushcam's plan in front of Cushcam and Yanagon. Yeah. And immediately Adolin is like, I fucked up. I presented an opportunity to Cushcam, but I did it in a way that did not give him an opportunity to consider it. Yeah. And I put him in a position where, in order to agree with me and not be embarrassed, he would have essentially had to just agree with something that he didn't have any time with. Yeah. And it shows a lot of maturity on Adolin's part, in a way that was so lacking in that chapter with Dalinar that I hated. Yeah. And I just think it's really impressive what he did here, and I just wish that Adolin felt more like this in day 2. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was like trying to plot out like Adolin as a D&D sheet. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, he's got pretty high strength, he's got pretty high dex, he's got really high charisma, he's got high constitution. He seems to have pretty high wisdom. I wouldn't say he's very intelligent. That's what I mean. He has one subpar stat. Everything else is like fucking like 18s across the board. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, damn. Interesting. I wouldn't give him very high strength. Really? Yeah. I don't think that strength in the D&D sense is what he has. I think he has armor that makes him very strong. He duels without armor, so it's like... Sure, but dueling is a dexterity stat, not a strength stat. You do not have to be strong to be dexterous. No, I guess it really depends on what kind of stances he uses. But like if I was plotting out his stats, I would give him like at least a 12 in strength. Yes. But I wouldn't... He's stronger than the average human, slightly for sure. Above average strength. But I think that dexterity is actually... He's definitely a dexterity fighter build. Yes. For sure. 100%. Yeah. Yeah. I was just like, oh man, like Adolin's just like fucking goated. Like I would go like 18 charisma, 16 dex. If I was trying to do like... Only 16? Has anyone ever defeated him? But if I'm trying to build a legitimate character. Yeah, okay. That isn't just 18s across the board. I would go 18 charisma, 16 dex. 14 wisdom. 14 constitution, 12 strength, 10 intelligence. Because he has average intelligence. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
is he,
if I was
though?
trying to give him a spread that was actually playable in the game, that's probably what I would go with.
He knows all of these like games about warfare. He's well listened in terms of like strategy books and all these things. Like I don't actually know that his intelligence is that low. It's just super interesting.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being averagely intelligent. I think that you can know. I think you can be very good at chess and have average intelligence.
I think his intelligence has to be higher than average because of his upbringing.
Okay, well then you can't play the character. No. But here's the thing. Then I wouldn't let you play the character at the table because then what the fuck is the point?
Yeah.
I don't even like when people don't have a dump stat. I don't like when characters don't have anything under 10.
Watching this season 4 Critical Role characters scroll by, I'm like,
some of them are ridiculous.
So powerful. What the hell?
I think that the idea that he's perfect is I disagree with you because you're making him boring. Like I think you're actually ruining him by saying he doesn't. There's just nothing wrong with him. He's just great at everything, right?
I meant in terms of breaking down like D&D stats.
100%.
People are
and I'm
more
trying to
than
say,
those
like,
6 numbers.
Oh, 100%. But I'm saying like the reality of these characters is that they do have flaws, and Adolin has fucked up, and most of his fuck ups have been intelligence wise.
Yeah.
Right? Like Shalon thought he was a himbo. Yeah. Like I think you're giving him.
He's a slut. Remember?
I think you're giving him more credit than he deserves, in a way that does actually like take away from him being a good character. In that I don't think that he is the most intelligent person. I think that he knows how to fucking play towers, but I don't think that intelligence is his strong suit. Yeah. I think he's wiser than he is intelligent, right? Yeah. And I think that the narrative of like, oh, he's perfect, like only a 10 in intelligence, I think that does a disservice to the fact that Brandon Sanderson has made him more three-dimensional. He isn't just a Prince Charming character. I think he is more than that. And I think that he overcomes the fact that the reason why I am pushing back on you here is I think he actually overcomes that he isn't that smart with how charismatic he is and how good he is at listening to others. I think that what he makes up for in terms of his ability to intuit through intellect what is happening is in his ability to, and we see it throughout day 3. He listens to Colon. He is watching Maya, or he listens to, not Maya, May. I hate that. Brandon. Yeah. Why would you have Maya and May be the only 2 female characters in this section? Just give her a different fucking name. Yeah. Is this Sean? Are we doing Sean's again,
7
Brandon?
Sean's, yeah.
I think that I think that by being like, well, no, he's smarter than that. I don't think he is. I think that he overcomes his lack in raw intelligence, in his emotional intelligence, and the way that he processes what other people are giving him.
For sure.
And gives that back out in what I think are very like even understandings and even judgments that are leading to other people having success in the system that he's like trying to manipulate but not lead. And I'm trying to give him credit in that and saying like, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room. Yasna's the smartest person in the room. She fucks up in other ways. Her wisdom I actually don't think is very high, right? Adolin is not the smartest person in the room. He's not the smartest person in any of these conversations. Yeah. He is the most experienced at fighting the singers, and he is paying attention to the emotional state of the people around him to try and build them up. Yeah. And those are why he's succeeding. It's not because he's a brilliant fucking strategist, right? Yeah. It is really in listening and in trusting his own experience that I think he is doing such a wonderful job. Yeah. And why this whole day is so successful, primarily because the Adolin stuff, in my opinion, except for the one fucking chapter you keep bringing up. And I think that is... I don't think it's a diss to say he's average intelligence when I think that there's so much else that makes him special. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's why we keep saying like he's one of our favorite characters.
Oh, he is without
like
my favorite.
In
character.
the yeah,
it's not even close right now.
Especially in the reactions, like it's just his stuff this day was so good.
Yeah, I think that there's no character in Stormlight Archive that comes close for me.
Pattern does.
As like for fun, yes. But in terms of like my emotional investment in a character, there's no one in this series that comes close to Adolin for me. In terms of like how much I love them and the decisions they've made in terms of how they treat people, in terms of who I would aspire to be.
Yeah, I definitely felt Navani in the last book, but she hasn't really been in this book very much. Mm-hmm. So that's not a criticism at all, but I definitely felt like I was like, oh man, yeah, Navani's one of my favorite characters because she had all of these things and so much perspective, and there was so much in the last book for her, in the way that, like, I think in this book for Adolin there is going to be so much as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. Victor DeSana says, so for one thing, I do think Adolin is smarter than Dalinar just in terms of stats. I agree with you. I think Dalinar is below average intelligence.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
I do. I think that Dalinar. Yeah. I don't think Dalinar is that smart.
No, he's good at strategy because he's been in so many battles, right?
Yeah, and I think that he has become wise with age.
Sure,
but he's still not even that wise. I don't think. I think Dalinar is. I don't even think he's particularly charismatic. I just think that he kind of stumbled into this, and Navani he has Navani and Yasna, and he knows. Here's the thing about Dalinar. What Dalinar is really smart at is knowing that he's not smart and having two women in his life that he has since Way of Kings. Dalinar's life got so much better when he just started listening to Navani and Way of Kings. and that's just real. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, he's smart enough to know he has power through nobility. He has power through his, like, structure of government. And he is smart enough to listen to the people around him. Mm-hmm. And it's very impressive that he managed to learn how to read. Like, that's a big accomplishment for him.
Yeah, we should be very proud.
Chapter 35, Memories Are Like Wine. It's that CTE.
We're going back to Szeth and Kaladin. Szeth is, like, trying to find his home. He's like, did I remember wrong? Did I misplace it? Like, what? Where is this thing? And him and his friend are talking about using division. Because he's not allowed right now, even though it would make things easier.
But division is the power that destroyed the old human planet. So the as much as I don't like the Spren being like, hey, you can only use this when I say so because it is literally how your people destroyed a planet, is fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. We don't. Oh my
Chris
God.
Hazelton, thank you for the super chat. There are female Parshendi. Everyone knew but Dalinar.
Thank you for that super chat. Yeah.
Everyone knew but Dalinar.
Yeah. No, his, like, passive perception is something else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So yeah, Szeth and Kaladin are still chatting. Szeth is just so annoyed every time Kaladin tries to talk about anything.
Pretty much.
I find it. They're very charming.
Yeah.
And they go by Szeth's house, and Szeth. It's interesting. Szeth struggles to get around for a while because they're in the air, and he's like, I don't recognize any of this thing from the air. Because
he's flying. And
so they land and they walk around, and Szeth is like, oh, got it. I know where we are.
We also have a fun little chit-chat with Nightblood. He's like, oh, yeah, Vasher. That guy that, like, helped make me. And I think you, Kaladin, you and Vivenna would get along real good. Too bad you've never met her. That would be crazy, right? It's like, all right, that's pretty on the nose.
Going back to the scene from the lashings, the Szeth flying thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if, not you, probably, but, like, people who drive a lot in the modern era with Google Maps, I wonder if modern people would be better at people who use Google Maps a lot or Waze or whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if we would be better at recognizing the places that we've been from the air better than Szeth in this, because we're so used to seeing the top-down view of the city on Google Maps.
Interesting.
Like, I wonder if I could,
maybe,
if I flew over Toronto, if I would know the city better from the air than maybe 100 years ago, because of my because of how used to seeing the top-down view that I am. Sorry, that's just a random thought.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
Linus says we also do get a rare timeline hint that Vasher went to Roshar before they created Nightblood. Yes.
Yeah.
Vasher was already
World
hopping pre-Nightblood.
Yeah.
Is a really interesting little tidbit that you find out here.
Yeah. Also, Nimvin asks, can't Intimidate be a strength check? So that's not actually an official rule, but a lot of tables that I play at, you can use your strength modifier for an intimidation roll.
I would also let you use your con modifier. Like, you just, like, walk up, take a shit right in front of someone while looking them dead in the eyes.
Oh, okay. Well,
is there anything more intimidating than that?
Yes.
I don't think there is. I think that, like, pooping in public is the most intimidating thing in the world. If someone poops in public, you don't want to fuck with that person.
All right.
Yeah.
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 God. We find out some more. No, we already knew that Night was an old god, but apparently Stone is also an old god from before the shards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got Night, which people didn't like very much, Stone, and Wind so far. I don't know if we have any others.
Yeah, I do wonder if we're going to start talking to stones. And if we do, is it going to be Zeth that does it?
Could be. Yeah, definitely could be.
Zeth is just going to wake up in the middle of the night. The stone's going to be like, walk on me.
Step on me,
daddy. No, take your shoes off. I want to feel your toes.
I like how you did your nails. Oh my god.
Take the smaller stones and put them between your toes.
No, you're right. Venli already talked to the rocks. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was specifically Urithiru.
That is fair.
Oh, is that all of Roshar? See, I thought that was an Urithiru thing.
No, that's... I did as well in the moment, but no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So these surges do have connections to, like, the old gods as well. This is very confusing.
Well, no, the surges aren't related to the shards. The surges exist. The shards give you access to them.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't normally have.
Yeah.
But the surges are just the laws of physics, right? Gravitation, Adhesion. Yeah. What makes things sticky? Like, that's just a natural
stone
product.
Shaping, turning it to liquid. Very natural. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Over a long enough timeline, it is, right? Like, the rain shapes stone over time. You're just basically speeding up that process.
Yeah.
These are all just things that happen. Like, erosion just happens. Like, these things, division happens over time. Bondsmithing's a little bit more nebulous, but...
That feels like the human add-on.
It's just, it's the power of friendship.
Yeah.
The power of friendship always exists.
F is for friends who do stuff together. U is for Urithiru.
I didn't see that coming at all.
Keep them guessing.
Urithiru.
Oh my god. So many song breaks the last couple book clubs.
That cracks me up.
It's been good.
Yeah, and so they go to Zet's house and nobody's there. And then Kaladin and Syl have a conversation about how Syl left her people. And the two of them have kind of a conversation about how they're both kind of like on their own, weirdly. Syl is no longer with the Honor Spren. Kaladin's no longer with Bridge 4. And what does that mean for them? And how are they going to move forward? And
she's this moment where she's like, at like the end of the world, this is not where I thought we would be.
Yeah.
Right. I thought our life would look like being on the front lines and defending people.
I think the people who read the first 4 books thought that would happen as well.
Probably. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I don't think people expected book 5 to be, what if our characters did a bunch of side quests that might matter.
Well, because what are they supposed to do? Just sit and wait for the 10 days, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, no, there are, like, they could go to Thalena and fight, the war. The wind. I don't think a lot of us thought that the wind was going to show up and tell Kaladin that there's a more important thing he can do that's not related to the plot.
Yeah, no, the wind showing up, that was definitely not something that I saw coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Zeth does find the stone.
He does, yeah, it's still there.
Yeah,
the one that his family hid. Still there. And
yeah, Zeth wanted to be a dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wanted to dance.
He wanted to
life.
add
Skimming the surface, playing where turf is. What is dirt called?
Dirt?
Like,
what is dirt called?
I was gonna say sand, but it's not sand. It's an S word.
Dirt? Soil?
Fucking hell. Yeah, that's right. That's the word my brain was trying to pull and couldn't.
All right. We got there eventually. I was like,
I'm really good at improv, apparently.
Same.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking dyslexic. I can't.
Sediment. There you go. Anyway, Zeth is like, oh yes, I will continue my story, and we get chapter 36, which is a flashback of him and his family hiding in the mountains. There's like little mountains, and they're hiding from the raiders.
Yeah.
Zeth is doing what he can to help cook. He's like got this spoon that perfectly measures the spices.
I hated this.
What?
The idea. Look, I get it. Zeth is autistic. I understand it. But the idea that you would make the same soup forever is so sad to me.
You have literally told me, you'd be like, yeah, I could eat the same thing for dinner every day for the rest of my life.
Oh, 100%. I could, because I'm autistic as fuck. But that an entire people would have a person whose job is to cook, like she's the cook.
Yeah.
And they're like, we use this spoon, and it is the only.
Well, they eat specific things every day on specific days, right?
I'm like, zhuzh it up.
Today's a soup day. It's not a meat day.
Well, then you gotta have multiple spoons. You gotta have different soups. I'm sorry. These people, they've been broken by time, man. I
feel like when you can only like grow what you have locally, you get used to eating the same things over and over again.
I know, but the cook comes over and is like, this needs more pepper, man. This gotta be good.
And
I know,
she's wrong.
I know you hate that, but
she's wrong.
I felt bad for the people of I feel bad for the Shin.
That's fair.
Their lives are just terrible.
Yeah.
Their lives suck, man.
Yeah.
They can't walk on stones without like immense religious guilt. They have to eat soup. They have to eat like unseasoned soup.
Yeah, they have to relocate their house if they find a rock. Not rock, but a rock. And
they make people live as pariahs to defend them.
Yeah.
Like their whole structure is so fucking it's awful.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating. It's fascinating to read about. And it's really like what Brandon Sanderson has built here is really interesting. Mm-hmm. But like, God, their lives seem so miserable. Yeah. They're just it's the worst kind of like religious torment that they live with.
Yeah.
The guilt, like everything is guilt. Everything is It is Catholicism on crack, official ACM. Everything we learn about the Shin is a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah. This idea that they have people who subtract, who are fighters that are necessary to keep everybody else safe, but they all like hate on these people is so awful.
It's so
Even
sad.
though they're the people that are training for the end of the world, for the fucking desolation to come back, and all the Shin people know that the desolation's gonna come back, but instead of being like, these are the people that are sacrificing for us to be ready for when that happens, we're gonna be like, we fucking hate those people, even though they're doing what we're supposed to be doing, because we have this secret that the desolations are gonna come back and nobody knows. We're not gonna tell anybody because fuck the rest of the world. Wild.
We know the truth. You know the truth that the readers spent books trying to figure out?
We knew.
We just knew the whole time. And
actually, we knew. We knew this was going to happen. We just prepared so poorly.
We have no plan to deal with it. In fact, as soon as it started, we collapsed as a people and immediately just took up an unmade and became friends with the worst of our enemies.
Yeah.
But even though we were the only people aware that was a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just wild. The Shin, man, I feel so bad for them.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
Yeah.
What hell hath Brandon Sanderson wrought? It is interesting though, again, like because he's religious and comes from a religion that is
allegedly.
No, he is. And the Mormon Church.
I don't know anymore.
The Mormon Church has truly insane ideas. Like the fact that they just put out new magic underwear is so funny to me.
What?
The Church of the Latter-day Saints just revealed the new Magic Mormon underwear.
Magic Mormon underwear?
Do you not know about the Magic Mormon underwear?
No.
Oh yeah, they've got like undergarments that they have to wear.
Okay.
And yeah, people call it like the magic underwear. It's like a thing. It's just a thing in the church.
What magic does it give you?
I don't fucking know. I'm not Mormon.
Does it make you regular?
But they just put out like the new underwear that you have to wear, and it is a vast improvement. Like it's such.
They got a designer like Armani came in and like designed their underwear.
No, it's basically like MeUndies at this point. But because the old stuff was not great. And so the new Magic Mormon underwear is such an improvement. There's a TikToker that I follow from Utah, and when the new underwear was released, the lines around the store to buy it, they showed up and they were like, the line wraps around the inside of the building 3 times and goes out the door and down the block. Yeah, it's
what if you don't wear it? How will they know?
Magic.
To like get into church, you have to like drop trowel to be like, yeah, I'm wearing the Magic Mormon underwear, or like.
Yeah, this is it. The temple garment.
Oh, I didn't know that was their underwear.
But it's pretty rough.
Oh yeah.
But the new one is actually new. Maybe if I Google new, it's pretty rough. New.
Ew. Updated version. Okay.
But they updated it, and this is what it is now.
So yeah, it's just
vast
Uniqlo.
Improvement. It's like Uniqlo MeUndies underwear.
Right.
Yeah, huge improvement.
Do they at least get a thicker waistband at the top? No, it's still pretty thin. That's awful.
Yeah.
I cannot wear things that have a thin waistband like that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what I mean when I am too online. Like, I should not be aware as a Canadian atheist about the new underwear that Mormons wear.
No.
But I am.
No, you shouldn't. But we love you for it.
I'm tapped in. I'm tapped into so many communities I'm not a part of. I'm so deep in lesbian TikTok, and I don't know why. Like, I genuinely cannot tell you why I get fed so much carabiner culture. But
carabiner culture.
Yeah, carabiner culture.
What?
Carabiners. It's like the national symbol of the lesbians.
Sure. Okay.
I just know too much.
Do they all rock climb or like? What does that mean?
I think a significant chunk of them. They wear carabiners on their like.
Is that like
it's just a thing.
You walk into a bar and you have one on and you're like, so people know I'm a lesbian? Like, is that...
yeah, kind of.
Right, cool. Like getting like a moth tattoo? Be like, I'm
That's
bisexual.
more of a bisexual thing, but yeah.
That's
yeah.
All right, sure.
I just know things, okay? I just know a lot of things. And it's just a thing. If a woman has a Subaru and has a carabiner on her belt loop, there's a pretty good chance she's not dating me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Just watch out for the Subarus.
This week on Husband Explains Lesbian Culture to His Wife.
Great. The more you know.
That's so funny.
Anyways, Zeth is like, oh no, where's Molly?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, and he goes looking for her.
No, he has a good conversation. We have to conversate. So the cook tells him to put in more pepper, and he's like, the recipe's wrong. How do I survive?
How did I fuck up?
And then the farmer comes and tries his soup and is like, you need to check your spoon. This is too much pepper. And he's
Yeah.
like, well, the fucking cook told me, man. And so he has a great conversation with the farmer about, like, how do you, like, know what's right? And the farmer's like, you just have to figure it out. And Zeth's like, that's not an answer.
What?
So like, I don't...
That was so unhelpful. Because there's no fucking answer, and everybody is individual, unique. I can't say snowflake anymore because they're not individual.
I will say, I think that this is better autistic representation than Renarin in this book.
Well, in this book in particular, yeah. What do you mean there's not a correct answer?
And Bryce says, it's a terrible answer. It's right, but it's a terrible answer. It's not a terrible answer. It is it is a good answer. Like, life is what you make of it.
Yeah.
And
Zeth is a sub.
That's true. I don't know that he is.
He's like, just tell me what to do. I can't figure it out myself.
Yeah, but I think he has too much religious trauma to enjoy sex.
Probably. Unless they're... Well, I don't know. We don't know anything about the fucking Shin religion. Maybe they're all fucking. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I think they are. I don't think Zeth is aware of it.
Zeth, no.
I don't know that Zeth knows where babies come from. Like, if I had to rank Stormlight characters' knowledge of where babies come from, Zeth might be in last place.
The last place. Yeah. Even Lift knows way more than he does.
Lift might be in first place.
It might be, yeah.
Lift
Which makes Gavinor in second
much.
Place because Gavinor is hanging out with Lift.
No, I don't think Lift has told Gav about sex yet.
Probably. I appreciate that, at least. 5 is a little young, you know?
Yeah.
Sex ed is very important, but, like, 5, yeah. They're not gonna fucking pay attention to that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I want to see that tier ranking video.
Is that
Ranking Stormlight characters based on how aware they are what sex is.
Yeah. Well, Adolin actually is number 1 because he's a slut, remember?
You gotta stop bringing it up. It makes me so mad. Chapter 37, People Who Build. Zeth is gonna go look for Molly. He sneaks off to go find the sheep.
Yeah.
Adolin and his team are hanging out with Yanagan.
Yeah, this is where they kind of give the information that should have been given to Kushkan privately in front of Yanagan. And so we kind of already talked about that.
Everyone is all like, Adolin talks to Yanagan. What's guys? What do we do?
Yanagan also Kushkan turns to talk in Azmir, and Adolin understands and responds. And they're like,
fuck.
Damn
I can't talk shit about him. He understands me.
Oh no!
I love that Yanagan is like, hey, I'm gonna do things differently. And the Azish are so used to everyone just being Azish that they don't even have a way to keep him in line, which is really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, usually in systems like this where you need to keep people in line, there's like a methodology for how you do that. But because the Azish are so used to their bureaucracy just working, Yanagan is breaking it. And his advisors, Kushcam, none of them know what to do. So they just kind of are letting him break their system of what the Emperor is.
Yeah.
What the Prime Akasix is. Because they're all just like, I guess he's doing that now. They don't have any levers to pull to stop him.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting that this whole like Prime Akasix business has been held together by the fact that none of the primes have ever just done what they wanted.
Yeah.
But it does seem like they always could have. They've given all this power to a child and just assumed he wouldn't do anything with it. Mm-hmm. And now, thank God it's Yanagan, because he is doing the right things with it. He seems to have learned the right lessons, unlike Taravangian. But yeah, every scene, it's just Azish people being like, I guess this is happening now. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adolin's like, hey, Yanagan, do you know Towers, the card game? He's like, what? What do you mean?
Have you ever played Magic the Gathering?
Yanagan's like, no, why would I do that? And Adolin's like, well, if you want to be a general and like...
You gotta play Commander.
You gotta know how this works. And he's like, well, I'm the Emperor. I don't really do the like fighting stuff. And he's like, but you're here, aren't you? You're like the guy.
Yeah. You
gotta know what's going on.
And what's his fucking lady's name? Nora. Nora's like, no, he doesn't. And Adolin's like, I don't know who you are. Yeah. Yanagan, I'm gonna teach you cards, bud.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And then, so this part of the chapter is fantastic.
Yeah.
We set up the plan. Basically, the way the battle is pitched, Cushcam wants to defend right around the Oathgate Control Center where the Fusion Singers are going to come out.
Yeah.
And Adolin is looking at the situation and going, the problem with that plan is that you don't get any archer support, and you're basically fighting enemies that are stronger than you too close.
Yeah.
We need to pull them out and fight them in the wider field with pikes and lances and with stronger walls so that we can use numbers to our advantage and use arrows to our advantage and all of these things.
Because the average singer is going to be stronger than the average human. Yeah.
And so we get a great reference to the Two Rivers longbow, which is very funny. They call it the Old Blood longbow in this.
Yeah.
I really appreciated that. It was very sweet. It was a nice little... it was funny because we reacted to the chapter where that said. It might not have been this one. I think it was this one. But we were reacting to that chapter. Yeah. And we joked. I made a Two Rivers longbow joke, and then immediately the chapter did.
Yeah.
But then we get the craziest dialogue that I hate.
Wait. First,
so fucking much.
First, we find out that Kolot was rejected by the Honor Spren. He was gonna be a Windrunner. He was a squire, and the Honor Spren went nah. And he's like, well, instead of being a squire for the rest of my life, I'm gonna go hopefully be useful elsewhere.
But he was denied.
Yeah.
Because fucking DEI.
Yes.
The Honor Spren are using that DEI to choose.
Yeah. He's a light eyes, and so the Honor Spren went, we don't like you.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, I'll go do useful things elsewhere, I guess.
Guys, this is why we have to make Alethkar great again.
God.
Because the Honor Spren are using DEI to choose who the Windrunners are going to be.
Yeah.
And so now we got all these dark-eyed Windrunners making choices.
God.
It's because he's light-eyed. And the Honor Spren seem to be leaning towards the dark-eyed, which is interesting because the one element of slavery in the Way of Kings is that it wasn't racially based, right? Weren't there light-eyed slaves, or were there not?
If I recall, it's pretty hard for a light eyes to become a slave. They'd have to do something pretty egregious. But even
sorry, I'm so sorry. Shiv's Lady wrote diversity, equity, and investiture.
That DEI, yeah.
That might be a t-shirt.
Yeah. But the light eyes don't get punished the same way.
There was not. Okay. Light eyes got executed. Right.
Yeah. Or they got shunted off to little cities where they harassed the general population.
Right. Yeah. No, You're right. Yes. That's what it was. So DEI is the reason why Kolot's not a Windrunner, and he's sad about it. It's just interesting. It is interesting to frame it in this way.
Yeah.
This is, again, it's this thing where it feels like Brandon Sanderson wants to make the racism that he created for this world thematically relevant to the book. And so I do wonder if this will come back, or if this is just another like one-off where he's like trying to world build racism into his world but not say anything about it.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. It also it is kind of the first time we've heard that the Windrunners are all dark-eyed, which is interesting.
Well, I don't think they're all dark-eyed, unless they are.
Well, it does seem like it's the reason why Kolot wasn't chosen.
I guess maybe, yeah.
I don't know. So then we find out that the new scribe, lady of the lady de camp. I can't remember what the title is going to be May. May is Aladar's daughter, and this is a huge problem because Adolin and her didn't date years ago. And what follows is the most bullshit high school nonsense that is so bad. It's just poorly written. The rest of this chapter is really bad. And the reason why it's bad is because we spend so much time on multiple people talking to Adolin about how like, oh my god, what are you going to do? Your ex is going to be the lady to camp. And then it it's not a problem. Like, he talks to May, she's great. She's got a bow, she's great. Like,
yeah, I know.
It's built up as this like weird, like, oh my god, you have to do your final science project with a girl you dated in freshman year.
Yeah,
it's awful. And then May's great. Like, it's just this goes nowhere, and
it feels very juvenile, especially after this incredibly adult conversation with Yanagon.
And then Maya's like, Adolin, were you a slut? What are we fucking doing, man?
Yeah, that I don't understand why that was
slut like
there.
An ancient word that was used by the Radiants 3,000 years ago?
No, because Adolin knows what it is. He has an understanding. Like it's not like Adolin is like, what does that mean? Adolin knows what it means.
Officially Sam says, I've spent time around grown-ass soldiers and this is very realistic dialogue. Yeah, in the 2020s. Officially Sam, my problem isn't that, like, the word slut is, like, not a word that people would use. It's that it doesn't feel like Stormlight Archive. The first book of this series was like Bridgerton level courtship bullshit. But in Bridgerton, the word slut would make sense because they play like fucking Ariana Grande. But like the way in which the first few books of this series talked about sex was very like, we're going to court and we're going to have like this traditional, like, the steps of marriage, and then, you know, if we get married we'll have sex. And so the language here having shifted so far to the word slut being brought up by a 3,000-year-old spren who's only been able to talk for like 48 hours is so out of place and weird. It's so weird.
It really just felt, it was very jarring. It took me out of it. I was like, that's such a, what an odd word choice, especially coming from and in the context of this world as well. Like, we've never ever heard anyone like use that word before, or even like close to it. Like, I think there was one mention of like a whorehouse or something along those lines. Adolin in like book 1 sees somebody like he stops that guy from being a prick in front of it. And that's like kind of it, but he could have phrased it any other way, and it would have been like a silly moment, right? Like Maya's being like, "Oh, you get around," kind of deal, but not using like such random modern language. Like,
I also just think it's weird because in the context of this scene, Adolin's like, we didn't date. And, like, if my friend was like, oh, that's a woman that I, like, flirted with one time but didn't date, I wouldn't be like, you were a slut.
I mean, she thought they were dating, so.
Again,
windy out there.
Slut isn't a word I would use to reference people who flirt. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like it was so forced going for a joke that didn't meet the situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I found this very odd and off-putting, and then it goes away, and then as soon as we meet May...
It's like if she said, were you a fuckboy? Like, it would be so out of place, you know? Like...
If we were building up to the point where May and Adolin actually do have an awkward problem that makes it hard for them to work together, all of the time spent in this chapter on this might have been worth it. The problem is that as soon as we meet May isn't weird about it. And so it's just like, we just spend time trying to get this slut... All of the talking about Adolin and May's previous non-relationship is for this slut joke that goes nowhere because May's great.
Yeah.
And Adolin's been married for over a year.
Yeah.
And like... it the purpose of the entire back half of this chapter and all of the discussion of Adolin's dating life is to make a slut joke that is so... It's bad. It doesn't fit here.
Yeah.
And it doesn't go anywhere. And that's why I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because when they do meet May, we move on as if none of this had happened.
Yeah. Yeah. This moment doesn't matter. It's... Official ACM, that's a joke, right?
What?
Official ACM says fuckboy was the first draft and slut was the compromise.
I mean, that's what
it better not
have
been.
Feels like.
I'm sorry. That would be... Yeah. Anyways, this moment is not good. It's very jarring. It's whatever. And I'm happy that Brandon Sanderson is, like, experimenting with his writing, I guess, and maybe being a little less prudish. Like those are things that I'm, like, happy for him. But they just... When you're in the middle of a series, I recommend doing that in a new one.
Yeah. Save it for Ghost Blood 3.
Yeah.
So then Adolin puts his plate on and gets ready because the fight's going to happen anytime now.
Yeah. Yeah. Chapter 38, Those Who Subtract, which is another flashback. Zeth goes looking for Molly, and he finds these Shin men cooking on a fire. Yeah, they're
sitting on the stone.
Eating. Yeah, sitting on a stone. Uh-huh. And Zeth realizes these are not raiders, they're Shin soldiers who are helping protect from the raiders. But they're still bad because they subtract. They're bad people. And
doing their job. Mandated by the culture.
Yep. Zeth realized that they are eating Molly.
Yeah. He realizes it immediately, but he's not able to accept it throughout the whole chapter until he's alone with one of the soldiers and ends up killing him. And I think this chapter's brilliant. Yeah. Like, especially following the, like, nonsense of the Maya shit in the last chapter, it was like it was so whiplash to then get this chapter that's so, like, intimate and, like, internal into this journey Zeth goes on in this night meeting these three men and what it changes in Zeth forever, right? Like there is before this moment for Zeth and there's the moment after this for Zeth.
Yes.
And I just think that the inability to process that Molly is gone until it clicks, and then, you know, the completely righteous anger that Zeth feels at them being so callous in the way that they've killed Molly is really, I think, really well done. I think this chapter is fantastic. Code Monkey 76, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. Let's go.
This chapter broke my wife into full-on sobbing tears when she read it, since she grew up on a farm raising lambs. I get that.
Yeah. No, that would be like, I can't imagine.
And I think that Sanderson wrote both sides of the chapter so well. Like, Zeth's emotional tether to this is so palpable and really, like, deeply invested. Not to make a joke about the power source, but, like, we've had so little time between him and Molly, but I think that Sanderson does such a beautiful job exploring Zeth's feelings about this one lamb and how it's connected to his family and his relationship with it. But then on the other side, the soldier's point of view in this is also so real, right? Like, they're doing this awful thing, and they know they're kind of breaking the rules because they feel so impacted by the way in which they're viewed. And they are like, it's so unfair that you need us and that you demand this of us and you look at us like that. Yeah. What did we do deserve to be looked at like that? Yeah. And they're right. Like, I completely agree with them. Yeah. Which is what's so frustrating about it, right? Is that I'd
be pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. I would be furious. Yeah, and they are furious.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all. Like, you are stuck in this society that has placed you it placed you somewhere that you can never get out of. Yeah. Like, and Mimong says it's impressive the soldiers never revolted. Yeah. And it is impressive, but I think it just kind of really highlights the fucking brainwashing that the Shin people have around their religion. Yeah. Around adding and subtracting and this idea that they have of how the world works or it should work. And there's a lot of examples of that in real life, right? These people hate themselves and hate that they are hated and can't do anything about it.
And deep down, there is still goodness in them, right? Like, they are still protecting people. There's you know, like, it sucks and they're being treated is terrible, but they're still doing their job, and their job sucks. And, you know, they killed a lamb. They didn't kill a person. And the reality, like, for them, they could just kill people, right? Like, it's not like anyone could fight back. They would win that immediately.
They're the only trained soldiers.
And they don't. They kill a lamb as their way of like exhibiting their personhood and their existence.
Yeah.
And they are forcing the culture that is shunning them to acknowledge that they are there.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so tragic to me. I have such a I have so much empathy for them, even though they're wrong here, right? And the guy who almost kills Zeth is wrong here to do what he did, but they have to be people.
Mm-hmm.
They have to feel like they're seen, and they're so not seen by their culture, which is why the Shin have failed in their preparations for when the war comes, right? Because they've shunned the preparations and put it in the shadows. And so when the Unmade comes and when all of these things started to fall apart, the Shin had become so conditioned to looking away.
Yeah.
It's the problem with modern Christianity, right? Like, so much modern Christianity has shunned the actual, like, taking care of people part of their faith. And modern Christianity has become so, like, self-indulgent in the...
And performative.
But in the, like, bringing yourself into heaven.
Yeah.
Right? And, as much as I'm not a Christian, I do believe that the Christian faith's actual message is that we build the kingdom of God through community. Right. And that's what Jesus' message is, right? Like, it is about bringing people into the kingdom of God through the helping of others. Yeah. And the warping of that, particularly in American Christianity, into it being so about me and mine making it into heaven is such a sad thing, because I don't like what Christianity has become, but I do think that Christianity could be a good force in the world if it weren't so selfish now. Yeah. And it does make me sad the way it's been warped so much in modern American viewpoints. And there's places around the world where, obviously that's not true. And there are definitely churches in the States that do wonderful things. I'm not trying to paint everything with a broad brush, but the largest churches, in my opinion, are deeply wasteful places where, like, I just don't think any pastor should ever have a private jet. Like, I think that's insane. And that's the direction it's gone, right? Like,
100%. Ember says, in a book series that is built about the idea of redemption and becoming better, it's a stark contrast because the Shin religion doesn't allow that. And I wonder if that is that's what opens the door to this Unmade.
Oh,
whatever,
1,000%.
right? Whatever Unmade is here, because I don't actually think we know yet. I don't think we've been told. I don't know who it is. Because there's very clearly some influence of an Unmade. There's a voice in Zeth's head. There's like a glowing red eyes of the soldier that he kills. And like a frenzied moment. It does feel very clearly influenced by magic, therefore probably an Unmade. And I think that, the Shin's worldview, their religion, their idea that you can't change or grow or become better or redeem yourself is what lets that Unmade kind of take hold of the entire country, I think, ? It seems like it.
No, I agree. James Ross says that's more American Southern Christians. I think I understand what you're saying, but also, like, if you spend enough time in New York City, especially I used to sing in churches as like a side gig. I would fill in for other singers. The capitalist Christianity of New York Christian conservatism is wild. It really is. Like, it is a very different world. I think that there are very different Christianities around America. I think they all allow for capitalism in a way that is surprising.
Yeah, I don't think that there's ever a world in which a religion should be as wealthy as the ones that exist are, and then still be able to follow their own doctrines, right? Yeah. The Mormon Church is incredibly wealthy. There are Christian pastors, churches. There are so many religions that are incredibly wealthy. Like, the Jewish people with, like, certain, like, events that they throw. It's always about who's got the most money to spend on things. Like, the Mormon Church is so, like, huge and gaudy and, like, just, like, a display of wealth that I think is so disgusting.
Particularly, like, with the Mormon Church, the fund that they have. I mean, they're basically one of the largest hedge funds in the world. And that, to me, is just, it's so... It just seems so antithetical to what they say.
If they are following their own ideals, they should not have this mass hoard of wealth with the world in the state that it is. If everyone was like doing fine and everyone had food and, you know, people were able to thrive, had opportunities to thrive, then they can hoard this wealth and use it towards vanity projects, I guess. But it's just not how the world is right now.
It's just strange, and we live in strange times. And
I had some Jehovah's Witnesses knock on the door, and they gave me a pamphlet. It's like, and they were saying, oh yeah, you know, doesn't it just feel like everybody wants war to end, but no one can figure out a way to do it? It's like, well, we have the answer to end war. And I was like, I'm sorry, you have the answer to end all war. Wow, that's so fucking full of yourselves.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Get the fuck off my porch. Like,
yeah.
I'll never understand it, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's wild. Anyway, to go back to the religious trauma of Zeth's upbringing, he kills this soldier. Somehow the other soldiers have gotten, I guess they're just drunk enough and far enough away that they don't turn around and see this happen or hear this happen. But Zeth kills this soldier, and then he sits down and holds Molly's corpse, what's left of the pelt.
Yeah.
And hears a little voice in his head that's like, hey, bud, I'm evil.
I think it says, like, what are you? But yeah.
Linus Vikstrom, thank you for that super chat.
Thank you for the super chat.
With the U.S. SNAP benefits currently fucked, I'm sure we'll see the megachurches step up for the poor, though.
Yeah.
You know what? From your mouth to God's ears.
Yeah.
I genuinely would love to see that. I would. I think that would warm my heart. And
I want nothing more than that.
Yeah. I hope you're right.
Yeah. Well.
Adolin. We're back with him for chapter 39. He is just thrilled to be in Shardplate again, which I get. I do get that. And
yeah.
He is talking with May.
Yeah.
May's is the fucking tits.
Apprentice or like assistant is a budding radiant, but is like shush about it.
Yeah, she's like being quiet about it because she doesn't know how she feels about it.
Yeah.
She's a truth watcher, so she has the ability to heal, which is great. We need that. But no, I want to take some time with May. May rocks. May's so cool. Yeah. May is like, I'm a champion archer. I am a talented aide de camp, and I am not weird about the fact that we dated once upon a time. May, be more like May. Everyone should be more like May. I like May.
Yeah.
This character was interesting.
I
was like,
go take archery lessons?
I was worried she was going to be like yeah, we should. I was worried she was going to be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And she's so fucking cool. I don't know. No, I like May great. A lot.
Yeah.
So then Adolin kind of starts, it basically like goes around and gets everyone ready. May is only aide de camp for like 5 minutes before Adolin is like, actually, why don't you just go take a bow up there and lead the archers? Do you have a different woman who can like write shit down? And she's like, oh yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, she still runs it, I guess, but
no, she is removed from her position as aide de camp immediately. She's aide de camp for all of I think she writes one letter, and Adolin's like, why are you writing shit down? Go shoot stuff with your bow.
Yeah, I guess.
Give me a different woman. Yeah. She's like, oh yeah,
a new woman.
Yeah, Kamina Drummer.
Kamina Drummer shows up.
Takes over as the scribe.
Yeah.
As soon as it was Kamina, I was like, wait a minute. Wait a second.
World Hopper. I knew it.
Live shamed and die empty, you fucking singers.
Yeah.
And can you imagine if it was Kamina Drummer from The Expanse?
Yeah.
She's like, you guys don't have space?
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't have space?
Well, they do have space. They just don't know how to travel it yet, you know? Like.
Yeah. She's like, God, it's a good thing Roshar's gravity is similar to the belt.
Yeah.
And yeah, they, Adolin rides around, or not rides around because Gallant is nearby, getting taken care of. But he goes around and he's like, hey everyone, I just want to be really clear. We're going to help. We're going to do our best. Listen to the Azish and make them feel like they're doing stuff, right? Make them feel like they're in charge.
Yeah. We're not here to question them. Don't be that guy. Okay? Yeah. Don't be that guy. And then they send some voice
says, I want May to become a Radiant. I would be fine with her becoming a shard plate bearer with a shard bow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If
she's the new Sadius. But better.
Yeah.
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 But like cool.
Yeah.
She's a cool Sadius.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, the Void Sprints are coming through to like scout out before the army shows up.
Yeah. And Maya, we find out that Maya, because our main characters have to have better superpowers, because almost everyone in the series has superpowers, Maya is now the only Spren that can be in both planes at the same time.
Yes.
She can exist in the cognitive realm and talk to Adolin in the
at least
physical
until
realm.
Testament can start talking. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because Testament is also kind of
true.
a Deadeye, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know.
Who knows? Because they're still bonded. I don't think Testament can do both. Because the bond,
yeah, but the
Nile
weird
bond
being able
is...
to talk in his head, it feels like Adolin and Maya do have some kind of their own version of a bond. So I don't know.
Yeah. Chapter 40 is Stucco Stem, which was one of the moves we learned, or not moves, one of the situations you can find yourself in towers.
Yeah.
But this is not a towers thing, because this has nothing to do with Adolin and Yanagon. This is a Zeth chapter. We go to our first monastery on our pilgrimage. We're going to be going to a lot of monasteries in this book, Chad. I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
And we find some people hanging in a building nearby, and I got serious Mistborn vibes.
Yeah.
Because they were like, we can't go out during the day.
Because the soil will swallow us. In the same way that people were like scared of the mists in Mistborn. It was very interesting. So they can only go outside when the soil can't see them.
Yeah. And I thought this was the Unmade. Turns out, no, actually, there's just an Earthshaper in the monastery. And her name's Rit, and we need to fight her.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you've ever seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, this is basically the fight between...
It's so anime. It's great.
What this becomes is the fight between Aang and Boomy.
Yeah.
From season 1.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great moment.
Yeah, there's like... Rit's fucking bringing pillars out of the ground, trying to encase things.
Yeah.
It really is like the Aang Boomy fight. I the whole time I was like, oh. Yeah. I didn't say it in the reaction, I should have, but I was like, oh, this is the Aang Boomy fight.
I was seeing it animated as well.
Yeah.
We do cut back to Adolin.
Mm-hmm.
And
she has Talon's Honor Blade. That's important.
Yes.
How did it get here?
Yes, great question.
Did Hoyd give it to the Shin?
I can't see that happening.
I know, but he was the one who was there when Talon got to...
I know, but apparently he had the wrong blade. It was a different blade. Didn't they say that?
No, but he had his blade when he showed up to Alethkar. He had a different blade by the time he got to the Shattered Plains.
Yeah, okay. That's what it was.
So at some point between Hoyd seeing Talon and Talon arriving in the Shattered Plains, his blade had been switched.
Yeah.
And we just don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Adolin is the
fight begins.
They're starting this fight. The first singers come through.
We get the cool Kaladin moment from Words of Radiance, where he hops over the banister and drops down into the arena.
Yeah. May and her archers are pretty great at keeping the heavenly ones occupied, because obviously having a flying enemy is a little tough to deal with, and Adolin just is fucking laying waste to the singers.
Well, and what I did like about this is that Kolot is Jared Poulter says, isn't what happened to Talon's Blade the plot of the Stonewalkers RPG? Is it? I haven't read it yet. I'm not reading Stonewalkers until we finish book 5, because I don't want any spoilers for this book.
Right, yeah.
So that's cool. That's good to know. I'm excited to find that out when I...
If anyone is interested in playing the Stormlight TTRPG and also wants to donate to charity, you might have an opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I'm going to be... Oh, yeah. I should say that on book clubs. Yeah. Starting next week, I'm going to start selling, kind of like startplaying.com, but for charity. There's going to be donatable... You can donate to play the Stormlight RPG with me in private games. It won't be like live streamed. It'll just be private games on Discord.
Yeah.
But I'm going to run the Stormlight RPG for people who donate to the Kickstarter. So those...
However many games is kind of dependent on how many people are interested.
There's going to be one at a time. So basically, like, I'm going to put up a one-shot. Once that's full, I'll add another one.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Like, we're going to have one table, and if there's more people that are interested, we'll add another table. And
part of me wants to make a really expensive table. It would be like $1,500 a seat, and it would be the entirety of the Stonewalkers RPG, which is like 18 sessions.
Yeah, but coordinating that is so hard with people's schedules.
And
so
with our... I know. I wanted to
really
do it
tough.
because I was like, it'd be fun to give people who maybe would have a little bit more money and willing to donate. I want to run Stonewalkers, and getting my friends to do it seems like it's going to be tough. So I'm like, oh, what if I did it for charity? But I don't know if I... Yeah, it's a lot of coordinating. So right now it's going to be some one-shots. I also might do like a slightly more expensive like 4-shot of the first steps like intro adventure if you want to play that with me.
Cool.
I don't know if people are interested in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to be DMing some stuff for charity.
For charity.
Do it in conjunction with Dragonsteel next year. Hey man, we applied for Dragonsteel this year. We did not get either of our panels.
We never heard back, I don't think.
And I think that they watched the show and went like, they actually make too many Mormon jokes.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, unfortunately,
I don't know if we'll ever be welcome. Because I did pitch them an actual play panel of the game at Dragonsteel this year, and we did not get that panel.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oops.
It is what it is.
It's fine. Yeah, so one of the things I really like about this fight where Adolin is... the fight begins, and Adolin is dismissive of Kolot's plan. He does not think it's going to work. And he is ultimately right, but the Azish soldiers stand up much better against the singers than he initially thinks. Mm-hmm. And they impress Adolin at the outset with how long it takes for them to break. But they do eventually break, and they end up having to fall back into this more wide ring of pike formations, being assisted by the shard bearer by Adolin.
Yeah.
And
Abadi the Monarch shows up.
Yeah, the archers managed to light some heavenly ones on fire with some oil.
Yeah.
Which is fucking rad. Flaming arrows do have some function if you're shooting at oil.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Adolin is able to scratch Abadi's gem heart, which apparently, or that might have happened in the previous fight.
We don't actually know. That is literally his hypothesis.
But it seems like Abadi can't use some of his surges because Maya says that if you scratch the gem heart, sometimes it doesn't work properly.
Wait, Maya said that? No, what? No.
Yeah, he said it in Shadesmar. Yeah, Maya says that that's a thing that can happen.
I'm pretty sure Adolin's just like, oh, that's super weird. Maybe I scratched it. Like, I don't think that's Maya.
Yeah, and then Maya doesn't... Am I crazy? No, Maya comments on this.
About scratching the gem heart?
Yeah, she said something about a chip gem heart. Yeah, they have a conversation about this.
Oh, I thought that came from Adolin.
No, he brings it up, and then Maya says that that's a thing that used to happen.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well,
sometimes I just say stuff that happens in the book, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's a moment where Maya, like, makes herself longer so that they can, like, touch it.
Oh, yeah. Maya gets just a couple extra inches in there.
Yeah. Chapter 41.
No, we need to talk about this. Maya can change shape now, even though she's not a...
She can also be summoned instantaneously.
Yes, she can also just pop into existence.
Again, why I think that there is some kind of a bond between them.
But I know that. I wish that they formalized it a little bit more before she started to do Radiant Blade stuff. Because there was a dividing line, and that line is the oaths. And so if Adolin just gets to be a Radiant without having to make oaths, I don't understand how that works.
Well, Adolin can't use any of the magic powers, but it feels like Maya has the Spren side of the oaths, but Adolin doesn't have the magic side of the oaths. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I understand that. He's starting to just get his powers, or he's starting to get the, like, blade part of the Radiant powers without the buy-in of the oaths.
Well,
and I just
let
find
me
that
ask you this. Like, does the... where does the power of the oath come from? Because Adolin has spent longer than anybody in this series that we know building a bond with his shard blade. He didn't know that it was Maya at the time, but he has spent his whole life talking to Maya, practicing with her, teaching her things, learning how to throw her when no one else could throw their shard blade, like working with her in a way that has created a bond, which which is kind of an oath. Like, they do kind of have something there that isn't formalized by a statement. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but the formality is a part of...
It's a part of being a Radiant.
Yeah.
Which means that Adolin is not yet a Radiant. But I do think that, like, Maya is benefiting from the bond that they have. Even if it's not, like, the specific words that grant the specific power.
Yeah, and I guess she's changing shape irregardless of his thoughts. Whereas, like,
she has independence,
still it changes shape to what Adolin is thinking.
Yeah.
Skepcat says, first time theory, did we say she's a cryptic? Those are truths. No, she's a cultivation spren. She's like Wendell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catherine, welcome back to the Nerds Radiant. We appreciate you so much.
Mm-hmm.
So much work to set up a conflict. Adolin can win.
Yeah, Yeah, Catherine says, first an army that has so few fused with that an army without radiance can counter them, and then a half-part fuse as an enemy for Adolin. Yeah, it's a lot to set up something that Adolin can do without,
It's great.
Yeah.
Because he's best boy. We love him.
No, I agree with you. I do agree with you. I just find it's weird. It feels like the Roshar magic system is falling apart a little bit.
Well, we know that
or not falling apart,
other
breaking apart.
Fell apart. So like,
yeah, it just feels like there's cracks. The hard magic system of Roshar does feel like it is just breaking up into almost too many things. There's just too many things going on, and so it just kind of feels like anything. What's kind of
it's hard to theorize because anything is possible.
What I have found fun about Brandon Sanderson's magic systems is the way he builds things up so that when the explanation drops, it like retroactively makes a bunch of things very cool. Mm-hmm. I think that like Hemalurgy in the first era of Mistborn, explaining all of the weirdnesses is such a fun thing, right? When you get the earring moment with Vin, and it's like, oh my god, how did we not put all of this together? It's been there the whole time. Mm-hmm. Stormlight doesn't have that anymore to me. Stormlight, to me, has gotten to the point where the rules... There's no reveal that, in my mind, could retroactively make how many of these rules don't work with each other a cool reveal anymore.
Well, because there's like different magic systems, different gods now. Like there's like old gods. There's like variations on these like bonds and powers that people have. There's all these different alien species that have their own fucking powers now. Like, I'm just saying
what like the expectation conversation we had at the beginning of this, the expectation that I came into Roshar with from his previous books was that this hard magic system would have this same kind of like, the more you explore the rules, the more fun the magic is going to be. And Roshar, unlike the other Cosmere books for me, is the more you care about the rules, the less invested Roshar feels. You kind of have to treat Roshar's magic more like a soft magic system than my expectations for it coming in.
Sure.
Because with Stormlight Archive more than any of his other magic systems, I go, sure, whatever. Mm-hmm. Whereas I used to be like, that fucking explains blah, 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 blah. Whereas with Roshar, I feel myself honestly going, yeah, I guess they can do that. Sure. Sure, that too. And sure. You know what I mean? It's a lot of like, okay, yeah, I guess you say so. Mm-hmm. And I never really felt that way with a lot of the way in which he explored the hard magic system of his previous books.
Yeah.
This is interesting. Me Monk says, Stormlight went to soft magic for me when Dalinar opened the perpendicularities in book 3. I think that's actually a really interesting dividing line.
Yeah.
And I think you're right, Me Monk. I actually agree with where you've placed it. that does feel like the differentiation between when it felt like this was all going to be explained and when it felt like things just started to just be possible just because that was the next new thing that was being introduced. I actually really like that as the line. I think that's a great point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. Because we're getting it with Adolin now, with Maya just kind of being like, whatever you say. Mm-hmm. With Shallan, I'm like, sure, she has power she shouldn't have because she has 2 blades.
Or like how traumatized you are, it means like how magical you can be. Like,
no, that makes sense. That always made sense to me.
I just mean like there are things like that of like, well, how do you? It's soft because it's like, how do you judge a person's like trauma? How do you measure it?
Yeah.
How do you quantify that? Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, or like when Dalinar and Navani are headed towards the spiritual realm, and Hoyd's like, oh, you just have to like grab some stormlight to tether yourself to this realm, and I was like,
it's like, the fuck?
Sure, I mean, they're bondsmiths, I guess. Anything that could be technically binding is what they do. Like, sure, all right.
Greyback is like, an example is, can you soul cast air into bronze? Well, maybe, but only if you're good enough at soul casting. It's like, okay, well, yeah, sure. What does that mean, right? How does that happen?
It's just because the rules of Stormlight were written in seal. That's funny, Blue.
Yes, that's it. Exactly.
It's not that it's bad, but again, it is.
It's different expectations.
It's about how it's about how the first 3 books to me built up my expectation of what it was going to be like watching the Radiants explore their powers versus what has actually been, which is that we aren't actually watching the Radiants explore their powers so much as we're watching the exceptions to the rules explore the narrative.
Yeah.
And that's been a really... Syl being like, I thought we were going to be the Windrunners who do the thing, is my feeling about that. Of like, oh, okay, like... I guess we're not going to follow the Radiants as they explore the roads and what that means. We're instead going to spend all of our time with all of the exceptions to those rules. All right, that's not what I expected, but that's what we're getting. And I think that I'm becoming more open to that because I do think this day in particular has been, other than the Maya slut thing, which it's the only thing I don't like about this day. Yeah. Everything about this day I think is really strong. Like, I've really enjoyed all the fighting. I've enjoyed a lot of the descriptions. I like the relationships between Kolat and Adolin, Yanagon Adolin. Yeah. Kish, Kem, and Adolin. Yeah. So, like, I think day 3 is so strong, and I really do like it. I just think that Stormlight, since Monk said, since the Perpendicularity opened, my expectations for the series have been not what this series is doing, and I'm having to kind of, like, find myself in that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Chapter 41 is Skybreaker, which is the Szeth and Rit fight. She's got the stone ward on her blade, so she. You talk about this fight, she's like, I need to pee. Yeah, so she can do all the stone melting, moving stuff, but she's weirdly good at it, and they can't figure out where she's getting this power from, because there's like gemstones in the walls and things like that, and none of them are going out. And technically, using the honor blade should be using more stormlight than just the inherent radiant powers, which is something that Szeth knows very well, and so he's very confused because he's trained with these blades. He's like, how is she so powerful? How is her control over this so good and so accurate? And Szeth is also fighting with only one of his surges, so it becomes a tough fight. She's very, very skillful at using the blade, not necessarily at dueling, but using it with its powers. It's a very fun fight. It's very well written. We definitely reacted to this. So Szeth is trying to kind of like impress his high spren, and the high spren this whole time has been like, imagine what it'd be like just in stone and dying slowly and drowning. Like, wow, how terrible. And there becomes a fight where Szeth has to draw Rit out because she's like, I think she sinks into the stone. She disappears. And so Szeth is like, okay, I know what I have to do. And he puts himself at her mercy, lands on the stone, and gets fully encased in it. It like goes from liquid to solid around him. And it's this like horrifying, suffocating feeling. while the High Spren is talking to Zeth, be like, don't use your power. Don't do it yet. I'm gonna make you wait. It's like this really awful, disgusting, like, almost feels like Zeth is being trained like a dog. Right? With like a treat on its nose of like, you can't have that yet, except Zeth is a person and not a dog. Oh, you still have that on.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's actually really comfortable. I put a towel in it.
Yeah, no, honestly, this helmet's great. It's
Halloween.
Where's the face thingy?
It's right here.
Oh, okay. I was like, as long as you know where it is. Yeah, it's this really weirdly manipulative moment where the High Spren makes Zeth wait until he gives permission for Zeth to use his other surge. I hate the High Spren.
Yeah.
I hate it. I could never, ever be a Skybreaker. This is, like, actually my nightmare.
Yeah.
As soon as someone is, like, tries to be like, I'm the one giving you permission for something, or, like, telling me to do something, I immediately and viscerally, like, revolt.
Well, and I also think that the problem with the High Spren is that Zeth is the worst person to be caught up in this relationship.
Well, yeah,
right?
Zeth needs to be able to learn how to make decisions for himself and figure out who he is as a person. And the High Spren is taking advantage of the fact that Zeth cannot decide for himself.
Yeah, and so it's so sad because Kaladin is trying to help him find individualism and personhood, and the most important relationship in Zeth's journey in terms of his powers and in terms of saving his people is with this, like, is this character who has such strong opinions about how he is allowed to interact with the world.
Yeah.
And so Zeth is on this, like, emotional journey that Kaladin's trying to help him with, but then he has this anchor that is kind of keeping him stuck in the idea of having to listen to somebody else. And as long as that power struggle is important to Zeth saving his people, his ability to emotionally break out of the cage of being, so open to being told what to do is really tough. Yeah. Right? And for Zeth in particular, it's just this really, like, this weight around his neck that you can, like, feel him struggling with. You can feel him struggling with, how can I make decisions for myself when arguably being a Skybreaker is the thing that is going to help me save my family and save,
Yeah. And later on we have this discussion of, like, Zeth is like, well, we follow the laws. Like, there are things that we have to respect and follow.
Yeah.
And Kaladin's like, yeah, but those laws were written by people. And if you're saying that, like, they are above, that the law is above people, that doesn't make any sense, because the law was created by people, and therefore you are of the same value as the law. Zeth's worldview is fundamentally flawed, because laws don't come from somewhere else.
And so is Nile, right? Like, Nile's worldview. Yeah. Nile is the Bond. Nail is the Skybreaker.
Yes, right, yes.
Nail's worldview is so flawed in that if you can only follow the laws of a local country, then you can only follow the people who have power. And as long as you are only working within the realm of what the people who have power say you can do, you are limited in how much good you can do for the majority of people, right?
Yeah. Because how many of the common folk have an opinion, or not an opinion, a hand in, like, creating what, like, the laws of their world are?
Well, but I'll go even further than that. Nail believes that Kaladin should have been a slave because it was legal that he was a slave, right?
Even though it's just that Amaram decided. Under
Nail's purview, and what Nail believes to be true is that slavery is right because it is illegal.
Yes.
or slavery is wrong because it is illegal. And as soon as your emotional and like political viewpoint is that whatever someone else decide is legal is right, you've essentially ceded your personhood to the person who's willing to cheat the most, right? Like, if someone cheats to have power, then you are essentially saying it doesn't matter once they make it legal for them to have done that.
Yeah.
Right? And that's where it gets so complicated. It's like, you can believe that it was illegal for them to have power, but now that they have power... Yeah, and so you have just ceded any moral... Yeah, and Code Monkey 76 is right here. Nail basically only cares if something is legal, not if it's moral or ethical.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that you are then giving up what makes you a person, in my opinion.
I want to believe that these are almost like a bastardization of the Skybreakers, of what they were before. Because I think that we know... Okay, so we know that the Heralds...
I think they were always this.
We know that the Heralds...
Why they were the problem.
We know that the Heralds are all mentally ill. Not well. They are fucked up in the head. And I think that taking it to this kind of extreme is actually like Nail's ailment. And
of course.
That is just how he has trained the Skybreakers underneath of him and imparted this upon them. But that, like... This can't have been what the Skybreakers were before. I just can't see them existing as one of the, Radiants in this way, because I feel like everybody else would be like, nah, dude, that's fucked. Like,
no, I completely disagree. I think the bondsmiths of the past loved that all they had to do was tell the Skybreakers what to do, and they did it. I think
why the bondsmiths?
Because they were the de facto leaders of the Radiants, right?
Well, there weren't always bondsmiths, so they're not the leaders of the Radiants. No, there was not. There were times when there were not bondsmiths.
I don't know that we know that to be true. While the Radiants were at the height of their power, I believe there was always at least one. Because I think there was always at least someone running Urithiru. I don't think there was not a bondsmith in Urithiru until the Desolation, until the Recreants. I mean. I think there was always a bondsmith in Urithiru.
I thought that bondsmithing was like super rare and that sometimes there was not a bondsmith. Yeah, they have said there were times with no bondsmith.
Interesting. Well, I would assume the bondsmiths would be the leaders when they were around.
Not always.
But my point being that we don't know what the command structure was, but whatever it was, those people fucking loved that the Skybreakers did what they were told. They just did. Because that's how everyone in power always feels about having people who are unquestioning and doing what they're told.
I just can't imagine that this worked for so long. Like, I am choosing to believe that the Skybreakers in our current era are not what the Skybreakers started off as. I think there's something wrong. There's something perverted about what has happened to them under Nail's instruction. I
would love to say that you're right. And in like my moral philosophy, like I believe that you should be right, but because militaries and cops have been the way they have been throughout all of human history, I don't know that you are. I think that the people in power have always appreciated having forces that they can use to disincentivize people who don't have power from taking power from them. And the Skybreakers are the boots that.
But the Skybreakers
keep
don't
the
have
power structure in place.
Not all the Skybreakers have to swear to the law. Remember, Szeth is sworn to Dalinar because Szeth believes that Dalinar has a strong moral compass that he will do the things that he believes to be right.
But that is swearing to the law. Dalinar's a king.
Yes, Dalinar is, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you had to swear to a king. If you were a Skybreaker and you get your ideal and you choose to swear to someone or serve someone and believe and uphold their ideals and their morality, that could be anybody.
Sure, yeah.
Like, if you believe so strongly in somebody that you want to dedicate yourself to lifting them up and giving them power because you think that they are going to do what's right. Like, I do think that is a beautiful sentiment that was probably part of the Skybreakers in ancient history.
Yeah, and I would love for that to be the case. I'm too cynical about humanity.
Yeah, sure.
So Zeth, did you say that Zeth was trapped in stone?
Yes, we got to the moment where she, like, the High Spren lets him use his division.
And so he uses division to open the stone, takes a deep breath, and drives his blade straight into Rit. And then she
straight up kills her.
Turns into black smoke.
And I was like, okay, I guess she needed to die, question mark.
Yeah. Bluesbar says, I feel like they're like paladins. I think they're like paladins, but if they're played well. As opposed to people who call themselves paladins in D&D and then don't roleplay being a paladin at all. They just like to have smites.
Yeah.
Which is always the most disappointing D&D thing when someone is like, I'm a paladin. And I'm like, okay, you just broke your oath. They're like, well, my oath doesn't matter that much. I just want smites. And I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah, no. I guess we're playing Dungeons and Dragons the right way now.
No, the fun part is the emotional character connections.
The fun part is committing to it, though.
Yeah.
Like, you can't be a paladin for the powers. You have to be a paladin all the way through. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My feelings about paladins aside, she turns into black smoke without any blood. I don't know if it's Seth's division that does this, or if she's not real. This felt very Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I was very confused by it in the moment.
Or it has something to do with the Unmade.
Sure, which would still feel very Obi-Wan Kenobi to me.
Yeah.
The Unmade is basically the Force.
No, 100%. 100%.
Adolin is fighting with Abidi, and Abidi's weapon are two maces lined with aluminum, which is so sick.
Fucking terrifying.
So sick. Adolin gets clocked in the helmet once. Might have a concussion, but he's mostly fine. They're fighting. Adolin throws Maya, which confuses Abidi, which allows someone to stab Abidi. And this allows for a moment where Abidi basically goes full fucking anime and is like, oh, you have wounded me. My name is Abidi the Monarch, and I recognize you. You are Adolin the Prince. You are Dalinar's son. This is going to be a fight for the ages. We are now going to engage in Mortal Kombat. And Adolin's like, thank God they fucking monologue as he gets he's like, I needed that time to get my back of my hand and get into my stance. And I was like, God, Brandon Sanderson is fucking begging for this to be an anime. He is just on his knees before the Lord. Like, please let Stormlight be an anime. They're fucking monologuing in the battles, chat. We're doing the full anime experience. And he's like, I want this to be live action. No, you don't, Brandon. You want this to be an anime. You're writing an anime. Stop it. I need him to stop it. Next time on Wind and Truth needs the Dragon Ball narrator. Next time on Wind and Truth. And so, yeah, Abidi eventually has to retreat. Adolin retreats as well. They all kind of... The fight kind of gets to that point where people kind of realize what the stalemate is. And because of the pressure of the crossbows and the oil and all of the things going on in this combat, Adolin is able to pull out the win. And
for the win.
Singers pull back into Shadesmar to come up with a new strategy for the next day of fighting. And the Alethi also pull back out to leave the Azish to run their own battlefield, trying to make it seem as much as possible like they just are in control. And this is a great fucking fight, man. Both sides of this chapter. The Boomy Aang fight from the first half, and then Boomy and Ung, if you like the M. Night Shyamalan version. And then the Adolin battle fight here. This, to me, was like peak Stormlight. Like, this felt like End of Words of Radiance, like Zeth, Kaladin, and then cutting with the battle on the Shattered Plains headed into the Everstorm. Like, getting the sort of Radiant battle and then also the, like, pitched field battle at the same time.
Yeah. What
I really loved about early fights in the Stormlight, it felt nice to have a chapter like that back here in Book 5. Because missed that a little bit in Stormlight, or in Rhythm of War in particular, when it was like all Kaladin fighting in the tower, and then there was like the one Yasna chapter where she was on a field of battle.
Right, yeah.
And yeah, everyone's gonna lick their wounds for the battles of tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
There is no movie in Ba Sing Se. The movie doesn't go to Ba Sing Se, so that is correct. Or does it go to? No, it doesn't.
I don't think so.
God, I haven't seen it. James Ross, you know what's funny? I haven't seen that movie since opening night in theaters. When it was in movie, like I saw that movie in movie theaters on opening night, and I've not seen it since.
Damn.
And I didn't watch the animated series till 2020 because I hated the movie so much. We should do a reaction to the movie before season 2, just to like watch it again.
I mean, yeah, we'll say it's a reaction because we both seen it, but yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be a fun video to put up.
I think it would be funny. We should honestly. Here's the thing. Here's what I have learned. I don't think y'all actually care if we've seen something before or not.
I think it's fun when one of us has. If both of us has, I don't know.
No, we watched. What did we watch? We watched something where I thought we were like we'd both seen it. I don't know. Yeah, maybe just one is fine. Like, okay, I was thinking about this. Have you seen Hook? Because you haven't seen Hook, right?
No.
We need to react to Hook. I think people.
The only thing
would
I know
love
about
that.
Hook is Rufio.
Yeah,
but I don't know what that. I don't know even know what that's in reference to. I just know the yell.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Dante Brasco, right? Is Rufio?
I don't know what that is.
Like I don't know who Rufio is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, we gotta do.
I just know because when we were doing Peter Pan. When I was doing it in 2019?
Mm-hmm.
No, when I was doing Peter Pan the first time. I did Peter Pan in 2014.
Mm-hmm.
No, 2015 I did Peter Pan the first time. And we would, the guys would yell Rufio, and I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a reference
Yeah.
to, yeah. I know, I'm like hooked now. Like
I'm
I was like
assuming
thinking
Rufio
about it.
is a Lost Boy, but I have no idea.
Yeah, Dante Bosco plays him, so Zuko's voice actor.
Dante Bosco, sorry, not Brasco.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have no idea what it is. I just know that people yell Rufio, and it's Robin Williams, right?
Yeah.
He plays Peter Pan, but he like accidentally went to our world and grew up.
Kind of.
I have no idea.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've never seen Hook. There's a bunch of movies that I should have seen that I've never seen. We realized.
Same.
We realized yesterday. I don't think I've seen any of the Friday the 13th movies.
No, God.
I've seen all the Halloweens. I like the Halloween movies, but I don't think I've ever seen a Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I have no interest.
Yeah.
But, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about it. I was like, there's so many movies we've been like, no, we won't react to that because one of us has seen it. But I'm like, if one of us has seen it, honestly, we should put them on the polls.
But that was when we were only doing one movie a month. Now that we do a movie every week, it feels like it doesn't matter as much because we're doing more.
Yeah.
Where we were only doing one movie a month, it felt like we had to like save it for things neither of us had seen.
Mm-hmm.
But now, like, because we drop a movie every Wednesday now, I feel like it opens up, like, the audience isn't as like.
It's got to be a like full first time reaction. Yeah.
And like the next couple weeks are chosen because next Wednesday, chat, we're gonna put up our reaction to Predator Killer of Killers, the animated movie from earlier this year, because the new live action Predator comes out on Friday. And then next Wednesday, we're gonna watch the original Running Man because we neither of us have seen that, and I think it's an Arnold movie. And the new Glenn Powell remake comes out that Friday. So
great.
And then I don't know after that, but those are the next 2 weeks of movies that are going to be going up on Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Love that.
Yeah. Chapter 42. Celebrate good times. Come on.
The celebration. I don't know.
I think it's a celebration.
It probably is.
I don't think it's let's celebration.
Who knows?
Let's celebration.
Hey, you make up lyrics all the time, okay?
I know, but usually they make sense. All right, chapter 42. Everyone celebrates.
They usually rhyme and scan.
I'm really good at rhyming.
Yeah.
So, literally everyone just kind of celebrates. On the Zeth and Kaladin side, Zeth and Kaladin decide, they go outside, and Kaladin's like, what the fuck was that? And Zeth's like, I don't know, man. And then they go meet a bunch of the people who were sheltering inside. This is where I put together that the reason why the earth was swallowing them was because Rit was actually using her Stoneward powers.
Right, yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
And Zeth has to confront the fact that these people view him as a hero and he doesn't. And, like, what does that mean?
Yeah. He has no idea how to accept their gratitude.
Yeah, and it just feels so uncomfortable because he's like, please, don't be nice to me.
Yeah.
This was wildly uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. And also watching Kaladin, seeing him experience that for the first time.
Yeah.
It's something Kaladin understands.
Yeah.
Right? This is the moment where, like, where I think Kaladin understands better how to help Zeth, too, right?
Yeah.
Because Kaladin's been trying to, like, go through, like, a checklist in his head to try and talk to Zeth.
Mm-hmm.
But, I feel like therapy is really just not that at all.
And
Kaladin is learning.
Zeth finally breaks down for Kaladin what we're doing, which is that we have to go on a pilgrimage to all 10 of the monasteries.
Evil X's, sorry.
Yeah, to fight all of the honor bearers.
Yeah.
In each one.
Yeah. Because basically the pilgrimage in the before times was that if you wanted to, like, be the bearer of an honor blade, you would have to fight the person who bears that honor blade without any powers. Yeah. Then you would have to use that blade to defeat all of the other bearers as well. So they're going to have to go to each and every one. And Kaladin was like, why don't we just go to the last one first? It's
such a fucking video game plot.
And
or anime tournament arc, yes.
Zeth just fucking looks at him and the camera zooms in and like, you think he's just gonna fucking talk to us if we just walk to the end and cheat and we don't do the things in the order that we're supposed to do? You think that's what's gonna happen? And Kaladin's like, yeah, no, that's a good point. That's a good point. We won't activate the dialogue.
Yeah.
If we don't do the things in order first. Ishar will just repeat the same things over and over again until we actually go fight them, and then it'll unlock the new dialogue options.
I really liked the Rit fight. I really liked day 3. I would be fine if we don't see them again until day 7 and they've done most of the fights. I don't need a play-by-play of all of these fights.
I don't really care about the fights. I actually want... No, I understand what you're saying. But
you know what I mean?
We've learned so much about what's going on in Shinovar through this fight with the earth swallowing people and this, like, they can't go outside. Like, there's just other things that... I think the fights are whatever. I'm more interested in the information that they're going to learn going through Shinovar.
If it's different stuff every time, yes.
Yeah.
But if we go and it's like, these people are cowering in their houses because the wind is attacking them, and then we go fight the Windrunner, and then the people are like, oh, we love you, Zeth, and Zeth is like, I don't know what to do with this. Let's go on to the next one. I'm
so interested for the Windrunner fight specifically because Kaladin's going to be watching and be like, okay, if I ever have to fight Zeth.
Or Kaladin's going to learn about powers he doesn't know he has.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Because this Stonewards seem to know more about...
They seem to be 5th ideal. And can just use power unlimitedly.
Embry says, no, Kaladin and Zeth are my favorite part of this book. I care about them more than any of the other POVs. Oh, no, I agree with that. Yeah. I'm just saying, don't want their... Oh, Moash does have the Windrunner blade. That's true.
Oh, right, yeah. Fuck him.
I don't want this section of the... I don't want their plot to turn into 9 more fights that are very cool and well written.
There's got to be more to it.
Fine if we skip the descriptions of the fights. I want the stuff around the fights, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If there's just 9 more fights, that's less interesting to me than all of the other stuff going on with them.
Yeah.
And if all that happens is that we just kind of keep rinse and repeating this. It's sort of like I'm playing Pokemon Legends ZA. If you don't want any spoilers, even the like lightest of spoilers for the progression of the plot.
Mute for like 1 second.
Mute for a second here. But the premise of Pokemon Legends ZA is that you start at rank Z and you have to work your way up to rank A.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's 26 times. That's way too repetitive. I actually think that will suck. And then you get to rank V and there's a story reason why you jump to F. And I was like, this kind of breaks the premise of the game, which is unfortunate. But it is worth it to not have to do the exact same thing 25 times in a row.
Yeah.
It is worth it narratively to jump up to F and be like, okay, you don't need to do every single letter in the fucking alphabet.
Yeah, no, that is actually fair.
And I think that it's their fault for coming up with a system that is... I feel like they got stuck with the letters thing and then didn't know what to do with it. But no, anyway, Pokemon spoilers over. I'm excited for Kaladin and Zeth. I think I wish, again, I still wish this was its own book. I wish their thing was off in a different novel. But it is in this one, and I do like it. So.
Oh yeah, what's actually happening is.
Thank you, Savory.
Great.
Yeah.
It's banging.
I agree. Adolin and all of our young men are my favorite part of this book right now.
Yeah.
Adolin, Kaladin, Zeth. Those are my favorite things about this book.
Yeah. Adolin.
So much so that like I think the book is better because Shallan's plotline wasn't in this week.
Yeah. No, yeah. Which sucks. Shallan has previously been one of my favorite characters ever, and I'm just kind of meh about it.
Oh, it's not Shallan the character. I think
it is a little bit.
No, I mean Oathbringer. Like I'm not saying Shallan historically. I'm saying Shallan in this book has been a lot of my least favorite stuff. So
yeah,
far.
Agreed.
Yeah.
The last part of this chapter is that Adolin, the Azmir has won the day, and
he and Yanagon are gonna have a sleepover.
He and Yanagon are gonna have a slumber party. He's gonna learn towers, but also Kushcam goes to Yanagon probably to like resign.
Yeah.
He's got shame spread around him, and Adolin kind of jumps in and is like, may I interrupt? Your troops, well done. You guys really did a great job.
You can't resign. I've already made it so that you trust me.
Yeah.
If I have to do this with another Azish
we don't have time. We only have 10
tomorrow,
days. Yeah.
You'll listen to me. That one might not.
Yeah.
Please, I need you to stay in your position because I've won you over.
Well, but he does make an excellent point, right?
Yeah.
That the strategy didn't work, and they were able to adjust on the fly and just fucking go with it. And that is the best strategy for anything. Yeah. Right? If you are so hard committed to one thing that you can't see the forest for the trees or whatever it is, like then you're gonna lose. You have to be adaptable.
Or if not the best strategy, it is an example. It is a testament to the how impressive the Azish forces are that they were able to adapt.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's what Adolin's point is like you guys didn't fall apart when it got hard, and that fucking slaps, dude.
Yeah.
That fucking slaps.
Yeah.
And Kushcam's like, you know what? That does slap. Thank you, Adolin.
Yeah. No,
and then they slap each other on the ass like boys.
And Kushcam is like, my officers were right. And now Adolin's like, what do you mean? He's like, they said you'd win me over.
Yeah.
Adolin's just too likable.
And so they all get ready for a slumber party that they are fairly certain will get broken up by the fact that
they're going to attack again in the night because they're going to have
test their
troops
defenses.
Well, and the singers have more troops that are well rested because not everybody can get through and fight at the same time. So the humans are at the disadvantage here.
Yeah.
Because of that.
That's the end of day 3. High five. Interlude 5. Baxel.
Who the fuck is Baxel?
In case this series did not have enough nonsense magic systems for you, Baxel is an Azish dude who used to be alive, but now can only be seen by people who know that he exists. Eric H., thank you for donating $25 to Doctors Without Borders.
Hey, thank you so much. That is 5 tickets for our Switch 2 raffle.
Hell yeah.
Let's freaking go. Switch 2 with Mario Kart. Oh, you're going to do them now?
Yeah.
I thought we were going to do them on Wednesday.
I'll do them now because he just did it and we're live.
That's fair. Wednesday we will be live for some just casual chit-chats, hangouts, and writing down people's names to put in the raffle bin.
Thank you for the donation, Eric H.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Baxel is like he could have been anywhere at any time in the series because no one can see him unless they know he's there.
Yeah.
And no, he can't touch anyone unless they're trying to kill him. Sure, I don't know why you would introduce this here. But yeah, it's cool.
No idea. I'm assuming that Baxel is a product of the Night Watcher. Because he does talk about his boon and his curse, like, in a similar way. That's the only theory I have right now, because I don't know who the fuck this is. I don't know what the point of him is.
5 tickets for Eric H.
But he meets Axes, the collector, who we have met, but not since the first book, I think? Was that book 1?
I don't know. That was fucking forever ago.
That's what I mean, though. I think that is... Axes is in book 1, right? You met Baxel in book 1. He was a previous interlude. No, sure. I think Axes was.
I mean, if Victor Desant is saying it, that we did.
Fuck. Okay, well, thank you for that super chat. I do not remember...
left an impression.
I do not remember Baxel at all, but I do remember Axes. And Axes is trying to find a specific spren that only potentially appears if you are trying to hit a nail and instead hit your finger with a hammer.
Yeah.
Anyways, Baxel gets some special bandages that keep him alive. I'm assuming they like hold his soul together.
Sure.
And then they're like, oh yeah, Talon and Ash are here. But Baxel really has a crush on Ash, I guess, because it was his teacher, mentor?
Baxel is the perspective we see Shalash breaking things. Okay. Interesting. Sure.
Oh, he was there for that moment. Oh, okay. Okay.
He is Darkman? Oh, that's funny. He is Darkman. He literally visually is Darkman. That's fascinating.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. I guess he's here. I don't know. This definitely felt like explaining a magic thing that I was like, again, sure. And then he's like, he is in Aesir. So I'm like, oh, he's going to be relevant. And he, like, the chapter is about how he doesn't want to go see Ash even though she's here, and he leaves the city. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess we know that guy was in the city for a minute and then left.
Pretty much. Yeah, I
don't know what to do with this information. I don't know. Am I supposed to care? Like, it felt like a teaser for another book. I guess. Yeah. But it didn't even tease his desires for another book. He just leaves.
Like, well, yeah, he has no goals in this. Yeah. He literally makes a trade.
Yeah, I don't know. It was
Anyways, Interlude 6. Yeah, it's fine. This is Odium letting his smart Taravangian rule. And he's like, no, you know what? I can't end the war. That would just be too nice of me. I have to win and I have to be in control of everything because I don't learn lessons. I'm too old to learn from mistakes.
Yeah.
And apparently we learn that the power of Odium wants to have Bat Ado Mishram as a vessel.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be a person to hold a shard. It can also be a spren.
Which is confusing because I thought Bat Mishram was a piece of Odium.
I thought that the Unmade were pieces of the shards as well. I am not 100% sure.
And Brett says, so we last saw Baxel 5,000 pages ago. I feel less bad about having forgotten it.
Yeah.
To go back to this chapter, I don't really understand how a piece of Odium can be a vessel for Odium.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so Taravangian...
Although I guess if people... Well, no, that doesn't make sense.
In Taravangian's fear of the vessel, of not being the vessel anymore, and of Odium fleeing him the way that he fled Reyes, Odium starts to do things for... or Taravangian starts to do things for the Odium side of himself. And even though he says he's letting intellect take over, he is immediately giving over to the shard.
Well, he's like, oh, no, we're going to conquer the sky. Don't worry. We're going to go fight in space in like 25,000 years.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. We're going to get there.
Yeah, he just immediately starts to let go of this.
Yeah.
And so that's really fascinating.
Yeah. No, it is very interesting. And the fact that Bat Ado Mishram can become a vessel is also very interesting. I feel like Bat Ado Mishram having the power of Odium is a horrific thing because Bat Ado Mishram wants to just kill all humans and could then do that, I guess. Because Bat Ado Mishram doesn't seem like she, and maybe she does have the wherewithal, but like that Bat Ado Mishram would be like, I don't care about killing everybody and opening myself up to the other shards for attack. Like my hatred towards humans is so strong that it overrides that. Yeah. Especially if it's compounded with Odium. We do actually learn more about Odium, too, which was really interesting, that Odium always insisted that he was the embodiment of, like, all the emotions, right? Yeah. All of the passions. And that's just not true. The Odium shard, in particular, is drawn to, like, anger, like instant loud emotions, and has no proclivity to other passions like love and care, because they're not as loud and flashy, I guess.
It's interesting. It's an interesting way of bringing them down. And the description of it as being like certain emotions were taken by other shards, like ripping away pieces of Odium's purview when the split happened, is really interesting.
Yeah, Odium feels like a flawed piece of a shard.
They are all flawed.
Yeah, I know. I just mean like Odium feels more like a splinter of a shard in that sense in particular.
Odium has no indoor voice.
Yeah.
And then Odium Taravangian goes to the herald that Taravangian had working with him the whole time, who is running shit in Carbranth.
Oh yeah, just a herald.
Who apparently was just there the whole time.
Yeah.
And
is
corrupt.
like,
hey, work for me now. And the herald is like, I only do shit for money. And Odium's like, what if I gave you
about a planet?
A planet. And I was like, oh my god,
like,
we've gone full Mormon.
Bet. Yeah, literally.
We've gone full fucking
full
Mormon.
Yeah. You Odium get a planet and you get a planet.
The Mormon church.
Yeah, pretty much.
Brandon Sanderson actually managed to make the Mormon church the villain of the Stormlight Archive.
I know. It's pretty impressive.
It's crazy.
I know. I can't believe he got away with that.
I can't believe he got away with it either.
No, I know she was mentioned before because they always talk about Taravangian not being the actual power in Carbranth.
Yeah.
That it's either one of two women, right? And this is obviously
but we didn't know she was a herald until now.
No, we did not. Yeah. No, absolutely not.
I found this week ending with us finding out that the Mormon church is the bad guy in Stormlight Archive.
It's pretty ballsy.
It's so funny.
Pretty ballsy.
Because it's like... It's such an explicitly Mormon thing. I don't know any other religion that promises its most devout people planets. Specifically that.
Yeah.
Is such a yeah. I don't know. I was like, whoa, Brandon.
Yeah.
You're getting spicy with your faith here, buddy.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
You know what they say, write what you know. Cry
write
back.
what you know. So they say, all I know is I don't know what the right way to write it.
Go. Come on. Do the whole song.
The whole song?
Yeah. Give those boys and me a brand new destiny and watch what happens. It's David and Goliath here and now. So then she's like,
I thought it was Do or Die.
It's probably that. That's why I stopped singing. So I was like, I don't remember the lyrics from here on out. That's not a show I'll ever be in. Maybe
it's
one.
Not a show I'll ever be in either.
One day I could be Peabody.
Who?
Isn't it Peabody? Isn't he the newspaper guy?
Oh, the guy who owns it, the World?
Yeah.
You could be the newspaper
Peabody, right?
owner. I have no idea what his name is. Pulitzer, that's what it is. Yeah. I was like, wait, no, it's a name that I know very well.
Yeah. It's
Pulitzer
one of the...
may own the world, but he don't own us. It's such a fucking banging line.
One day I'll play Pulitzer, but...
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the end of the reading.
Yay!
Odium's building the Dark Avengers, and...
yeah, pretty much.
They might... I hope
He's
they're
building
relevant
the Thunderbolts,
sooner than later.
Actually.
No, they're the Dark Avengers. This is very... No, because this is... Norman Osborn becomes the president of the United States and then builds the Dark Avengers. Like, literally, this is the plot of the Dark Avengers.
Oh, okay,
when
sure.
the Green Goblin becomes president of the U.S. and then builds... Yeah.
Great.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm spoiling a
Willem
comic book
Dafoe
from
becomes
2000 and...
president. I'd vote for Willem Dafoe. He seems cool.
He has a massive penis.
Yeah, that's why I'd vote for him. That's the reason.
Well, the current president has such a small penis, and it's causing the world problems. So we need someone with just a massive hog.
We need someone who doesn't have that insecurity.
Yeah.
That doesn't have those emotions really clouding his judgment.
All right. Shall we do high-low?
Let's do it.
Harus, what's your high for day 3?
So many good moments.
Yeah.
Like, genuinely, I just want to acknowledge there were some great things in this reading. It is really hard to pick, like, one specific high. Oh! No, wait. You know what we didn't talk about? Maya's going to go look for the honor sprint.
Oh, yeah. We forgot to talk about this.
I was like, I don't think we talked about my high.
I was saving it for this moment. I knew.
No, yeah. Okay, yeah. My high is the moment that Adolin comes up with this idea of, like, wait a second. What about the honor spren? Do you, like, we need a ace up the sleeve, right, for this battle, because it's gonna be really bloody. We're gonna lose a lot of people.
Yeah.
Maybe the honor spren would help. And Maya gets really excited. She's like, wait a minute. I was there. I can talk now. I can actually go.
Yeah.
I might be able to bring help. And Adolin's like, okay, I won't have my shard blade. Like, I am giving up this advantage and putting my trust in Maya that she will be able to bring help back with her. He can summon her in a pinch, right? He can save himself if he absolutely needs a shard blade, but it would totally undermine that plan and it wouldn't work.
100%.
But Maya is like, no, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
I got this. I think I know what we need in this moment. And that was my high, was kind of Adolin being like, okay, I trust you. I'm letting you go. It might not result in anything, but we need something to try and help save lives in this battle.
Yeah.
And I am going to give up my shard blade to do that.
100%. No, I think it was great.
Yeah.
I liked that moment quite a bit.
And I think also the lead up into him letting like the soldiers pass Maya around was like kind of a build up to that, and him letting her go.
We didn't even talk about that. Yeah,
and
Adolin,
then really letting her go.
Maya wants to be a part of the celebration.
I think is what's going to bring Maya back fully, right? Maya having this independence, Maya being able to make choices and do things for herself without Adolin.
But does she stay with Adolin then?
Or
does she go off and do her own thing?
Yeah, that is a question I'm sure we'll find out.
Yeah. That's your high. I love it. I love that your high brought in the thing we forgot to talk about. My low is Maya using the word slut.
Yeah, same.
Maya's the high, Maya's the low. What a... Yeah. I don't know, man.
What's your high?
What's your low?
Oh, same. Absolute same.
It's kind of the only...
Easy low.
I'm not going to lie. It's the only even, like...
remotely
slightly negative thing about this week, because everything else is good.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in day 3 of this book that, like, even like Baxel being irrelevant to me isn't bad.
It was like 2 pages.
So it just was irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
But like it's an interesting, like the him needing these special red cloths to stay alive is interesting. Like it wasn't bad. It was just, I was like, why is this here? No, everything else about day 3 was great. I hope book club conveyed that. I thought this was a really nice return to form. And I hope the rest of the book feels more like this, because I thought this was very good. I genuinely liked almost all of the reading this week, and I'm very into these stories. I'm a little worried when some of the plot lines I'm less interested in start to come back. I don't really care what happens in the spiritual realm right now. I really hope Brandon Sanderson can make that interesting to me. As opposed to, like, Sigzil going to the Shattered Plains, I'm very interested to get back to. Well, especially the Thalen fight I'm interested to get into with Yasna. Like, those things matter to me more than...
What I honestly hope for Shadesmar, is because time doesn't work in the same way, I hope that we are in Shadesmar for all of one day. Right? A bunch of stuff can happen super condensed and get that, like, whatever happens there can kind of be done. I don't really want it to be dragged out bit by bit over these days, and I think that opening up the fact that time does work differently means that that's possible in a way that I think would be real creative. Real creative.
Oh, we've been live on Twitch all day. Oops.
Sorry, Twitch.
I'm in the wrong category.
Pokemon Legends. Yeah, not quite.
I thought I didn't multi-stream. That's my bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I agree with you. I completely agree with you on that. I really hope I hope the books make me care a lot about the spiritual realm plotline, and other than it just being that Gavinor's in danger.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be long and drawn out. Yeah. Sorry, what is your specific high?
My specific high. Oh, right, I didn't say that. My specific high is tough. My specific high, I don't know. I think it's... Fuck. It's tough. I really liked a lot of the reading this week. I enjoyed a lot of it. I think it's you know what? I'm gonna say it's the flashback to it's the scene with Zeth and the soldiers flashback. With Molly. I think it's
good one.
I think it was some of Brandon Sanderson's best writing in this book.
Yeah.
I thought it was so well done. Yeah. I'm gonna go with that. I thought it was so poignant. I thought it hit so hard. And yeah, I loved the way that flashback was handled, and the way in which Brandon gave voice to the soldiers who felt like they were voiceless, and didn't try and soften them, like didn't make them right, or they are right because it's their feelings, but didn't allowed for them to be a little bit ugly. Yeah. And
they are the product of their society.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was well handled. Umang says you're not interested about the history of Roshar. Not really. I mean, at this point, every time we've had a big reveal about the history of Roshar, it hasn't had any impact on anything, in my opinion. I think that Brandon Sanderson has not done a good job of carrying through his past reveals. And so I don't have a lot of faith that he's going to carry through future ones. I I was really let down by how the massive reveal at the end of Oathbringer has not had an impact on the plot at all moving forward. Like, that to me was... I was really into learning what the history of Roshar was until that reveal didn't mean anything beyond a bunch of Windrunners were upset for a day. And so, no, I feel like the history of Roshar stuff has been used to have these reveals, but hasn't been, like, those things have not had nearly enough meaning, in my opinion, in changing things moving forward the way that I would like. It's always just kind of shunted off to do, what's the next reveal? And that kind of storytelling is less interesting to me than what our characters are actively doing. Like, I really do care about how Sigil is going to fight on the Shattered Plains. I care about what Kaladin and Szeth are going to do. I'm more interested in the reveals about Szeth's past than I am in the history of Roshar 7,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I just, that stuff to me...
Unless it actually is relevant.
Yeah, and Brandon Sanderson can write it in a way that I will become interested. Right now, I don't care. Because I don't know what the Contest of Champions is, so I don't know how the history of Roshar could recontextualize it. Because I don't know what it is. Like, how are you telling me... How does that information change anything when I already don't know? And... So, yeah, I hope it is really interesting, and I hope that I love it, and I hope that I get massively invested. Right now, it is not the part of this book that I look forward to. Yeah. If I'm being honest. And I am.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you 100%.
Yeah. I'm more interested in what characters are doing than in going through a bunch of flashbacks that I hope mean something. Like, I really hope they build the Contest of Champions in a way where I get more invested in it than I am right now. Because right now, the Contest of Champions feels secondary to everything else. And that's not how I thought this book was going to set it up. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what day 4 has for us. If you like the video, like, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me in comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is... Maya. That's fair. Yeah. I was going to say May, but Maya's a good one too. Yeah. If you want to follow us on the internet, you can. I'm at nerdynightly. I'm at Claris Polaris. As always, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. Do something trick-or-treating tonight, chat. Clarus. Yeah. Should we add some sex to this section since there was no sex in this section? Can you imagine if Rit had been like, here's the deal, Szeth. If you want to get to the next step of your pilgrimage, you need to show me the art of fornication you learned in the East. And they had a sex battle. A sex battle. Yeah, she's like, you can. She's like, I'm going to build this bed out of stone. Anime. I need you to make me come. And you cannot leave this tent until you make me come. And then Syl and Kaladin are just standing in the doorway watching Szeth fucking doing his best. Just fucking going for it. But, of course, Szeth is a virgin, so Szeth does not know how to make a woman come. And with that amount of religious trauma, 4 seconds. Probably can't. Yeah. No, he's using his tongue, he's using his fingers, he's using his shard blade. But if he doesn't know how to do those things... He's using division to split those pussy lips, you know what I mean? That's not the path to an orgasm. For some women it is. Some women really find penetration to be what gets them going. Yeah, but that's not like the lips. Sure, yeah. Yeah, he uses Nightblood. Nightblood's actually really good at dirty talk. Yeah. Yeah. It keeps away evil. Yeah. Yeah. Jesus God. You could never... If you have Nightblood with you, you just know he's watching the whole time. Like, that would be so uncomfortable. Zev. Yeah. Why don't you stick it in her ass? Jesus Christ. I like the darkness. That's the darker hole. Destroy evil. Like... God. Yeah. There's not... I don't know where else to add sex in this section. They kind of now that fight. Maya can change her shape, she could become charged fleshlight for Adolin, and they could really celebrate. And then she could get passed around the camp. Would that be cheating? Would that be cheating? Okay. Maya's like, I want to celebrate with your soldiers, Adolin, and he's like, oh my God, Maya. He comes back from his meeting with Yanagon, and Yanagon's with him, who's like 13. He's like, yeah, covering Yanagon's eyes. He's like, Maya, what happened? Oh, poor Maya's Yanagon. Just fucking the whole army. Yanagon learns how babies are made. She's a cultivation spread. I bet she would have insane stamina.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. She would go and go and go.
And a breeding kink, for sure.
Oh, for sure. She would Bonnie Blue the shit out of that camp.
God damn it. We won today, boys. Maya liked being passed around. She said it.
God damn.
She said it.
This
She's
is,
like, yeah, let him hold me.
Right here is why we were not invited to Dragonsteel.
Probably.
This is why we were not invited.
Probably,
Because Brandon Sanderson is a coward.
I don't know. He
No,
called
he's not.
Adolin a slut.
Brandon Sanderson has no idea who we are.
No.
And honestly, that's probably
That's fine.
for the best.
That is a good thing.
I hope he never finds out.
Yeah. That's
I've made so many jokes about him, most of which I don't mean seriously. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I know.
all right, y'all. Oh wow, what
Happy
a show!
Halloween. Go ahead.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Some
Hey,
sugar.
we went under 3 hours.
Crushed it.
Just under.
Yeah.
You know,
Squeaked it in.
2:56. But
Yeah.
we didn't go 4 hours today, which is
Yay.
good because my tailbone doesn't feel great. Let's get the heck out of here. If you like, oh no, I already did all that.
We did
Bye.
that. Get
Thank
out.
you, mods. Do something tonight, y'all. Happy
Bye.
Halloween.